Hey everybody, welcome to this masterclass. In this masterclass, you're going to learn how you can make your first $10,000 selling funnels. It's an amazing training. I'm putting a lot of time and effort into it. I was going to hold back on a few things and charge for it, but I was like, nope, I'm just going to throw it all in here for you guys. So let me just go over here what we're going to go after. But before we go into the actual details, let me just tell you who I am. If you don't know who I am, I'm Bolivar Muniz. I'm the owner of funnelvibe.com. I build marketing funnels for all types of businesses. A lot of my clients are coaches and course creators. So that's kind of my target niche. However, I get local businesses, I get influencers reaching out to me to help them with their marketing funnels. I built over 100 funnels so far, probably been 120 right now. Got 3 system awards. You can see some in the back. I got 2 up here in my wall as well. 250,000, 100,000, and the affiliate one as well. I work with clients from all over the world. Like I said, that's one thing I love about funnels. It's not just focused on a local area. I mean, you could if you wanted to. However, it can be scalable to around the globe, right? I think 70% of my clients right now, they're not even in the U.S., and that's where I'm based in. Yeah, so Funnelvibe right now is a 6-figure agency, multiple 6 figures. However, I want to get to the 7 figures as soon as possible, so I'm working hard every single day to make that happen. Hopefully, you're along with me and join me on this journey, right? I want to see you guys succeed as well. I have a funnel building course as well. It's on funnelvibe.com. You can go and check it out if you want. I have over 300 students on there where I teach them how to build funnels, specifically on system.io. However, I teach general concepts as well that can be applied for other niches as well. My community, the way I wanted to grow things since I started Funnelvibe wasn't just doing ads. It wasn't DMing or cold outreach. I really wanted to create a community that was based on value, right? So it's the more value you give, the more people trust you, the more people are willing to buy from you, the more opportunity you have to grow, right? So that's the way I grew Funnelvibe, and that's the way I'm going to show you guys to grow your business as well. Not only because it's proven to work, but it also makes you feel good. It's you're actually helping other people along the way, and at the same time, you're helping yourself, right? So I started from zero in 2021. Funnelvibe, I was actually in an RV. I was in an RV in the back of my parents' house. I can go into detail on that, but don't want to bore you guys with my story. But anyway, I was just in an RV. Started researching funnels. Built my first templates, then I got my first client, and then eventually started snowballing right to where it is now. I'll share some more of this on my YouTube and some other social media channels, but for now, that's kind of just high level overview. I know you guys are here for what you guys are going to learn in the course. Like I said, I broke it down into simple, easy to understand modules. So let's open this up. So this is going to be the high level overview of what we're going to go through. So here, we're watching this welcome video here, which is the introduction of what's going to be happening. The foundations module, getting clients module, fulfillment module is meant to get you down to scaling to 10K. Like I said, there were some modules in here that I charged for actually in my actual course, and some things that all these modules here, they're not even in my course yet. So I'm just going to give them to you guys right here. I was like, I could charge, but I'm going to give you guys so much value that you're going to go want to learn more from me and from what I have to offer. So foundations, we're going to help you choose your niche. Then we're going to market research, competitor research to make sure you like that niche. We're going to build a unique funnel playbook. Everything else follows this playbook. Once we create a playbook, then you're able to go out and actually sell that playbook to other people. And then we're going to go into the U funnel. The U funnel is just pretty much you branding yourself and your business so you can look legit online. And then we're going to go into client acquisition. This is where we teach you how to get clients, right? So there's going to be introduction, then building your niche, so the audience in that niche, client getting conversations. What's cool about this, I'm actually going to give you guys DMs scripts that you guys can use. I have a full flow chart that you guys can follow to get your first paying client, and then how you can close the deal. After that, after you close the deal, obviously you got to go deliver what you promised, and that's when we're going to go into fulfillment. Fulfillment, I'm going to teach you a kind of introduction, high-level overview, how you can onboard a client, how we use AI to create copywriting, how to design your funnel, how to build it out, and then delivering your project. And then after that, I'm going to show you just to break down the numbers for you in terms of how you can get to your first 10K. And then I'll offer you some ways you guys can follow me if you want to learn more from me, or if you want more resources to help you get there. All right, so hopefully you guys are excited about this. I'm excited as well. Right now, we're going to go into module 1, lesson 1, which is choosing your niche. Like I said, hopefully you guys are excited. I'm excited to see you guys progress through this journey. So see you guys on the next one. Welcome to Module 1, Lesson 1, where I'm going to teach you how you guys can choose a niche. A niche is important because it helps you really specialize and stand out in the crowded space right now. And there's certain ways we can go about it, which I'm going to go here in a bit. So why niche down, right? Specialization and funnel strategies. You're able to really specialize in one funnel strategy, one niche, and really help position you as an expert, right? So it gives you able to streamline the funnel process. You're able to create SOPs, higher quality service because you're only focused on one type only. Quicker project turnarounds because now you have systems in place, right? You're also able to create a competitive edge, stand out from competition. You're able to create trust easier. You're able to charge premium because now they see you as an expert in that field. So they'd rather go with an expert instead of somebody who specializes in everything. You're able to target better, so you know who your audience is, you know what your offer is, so you're able to target your audience a little bit better. And another benefit of that is also you get to get really niche specific portfolio. So let's say you have like 10 different funnels, right? They're all very specific to that niche. People are going to trust you more, right? And then referral opportunities. So once people start seeing you as an expert in that field, and somebody sees that maybe they're in a Facebook group and they see that somebody needs help with your specific niche, they might refer you because they know you work with that niche only. So there's just some benefits that you guys can look into. Factors to consider. Let me go back. What to look for in a niche. So I wrote down a lot of information here. I'm just gonna go high level overview. Just gonna pause it and kind of read more in detail these bullet points. So focus on what you like and know, right? So if you're in the fitness space, right? If you like personal training, if you like nutrition, why not work on that specific niche, right? Because now not only are you helping other people grow, but you're also learning yourself in the process. Maybe you can even start your own little personal business with your own funnel by just focusing on that, right? Because you start researching and doing more of that same thing over and over again, which you become an expert. Use what you learn, show you're able to show off your work, right? So if you've done, like, for example, a personal training website in the past, you can start off with that immediately because you already did it in the past and you can use that to get other clients. Another thing to consider is making money. So how much can people pay in that niche? There's some niches where you can charge high ticket only, and there's other niches that only focus on low ticket. Obviously, if you focus on the higher ticket ones, like one sale from that client is going to pay for your service itself. If they just focus on $7 products, then you're charging $2,000 for it. It's going to take longer for them to recoup their money. So really focusing on see if they can even charge a high ticket offer for that. Can it make more money later? So is that niche just a trend right now, or is it one that can be sustained over a long period of time? Right? There's some trends that come out, and if you just focus on that, then you're going to die with that trend. So focus on the long term side of things as well. Who are you helping? So focus on people. Well, try to find a niche where you can easily help people. Some businesses, like selling to other businesses, might take longer than selling to people. Right? So if you start a funnel agency or start working B2B businesses who only focus on other businesses, as you know, it takes like longer sell cycle and it becomes harder to get. Rather than if you get somebody who they're selling directly to a consumer, then you're able to target their consumers a little bit better. Can you do it again easily? So try to find a system or blueprints that a bunch of other people have created already, and you can just implement it yourself, right? So there's a lot of coaches and courses that teach you how to work with a specific niche. For example, let's say a dentist. Let's say you go out and get a course on dentist marketing. They give you the funnels, they give you the emails, they give you all that. So it's already done for you. You just got to copy and paste it into your system, which we're going to go into the funnel playbook in terms of how you guys can implement that. But just look for niches that you can easily replicate over and over again. That's not too complicated. Watch out for these. So rules and red tape. Some businesses have areas for strict rules, like MLM or network marketing, or like in the health space specifically too. There's certain keywords that you can't really use in your marketing, so you got to know all those terms. And then there's some other ones. There's a lot of competition. I put here lawyers. So lawyers, a lot of terminology is very specific. So you need to know what lingo to avoid if you go into that niche. All right, so let's go down here. Examples of good niches. So I listed a bunch of them here. I'm probably going to create a doc and share this with you guys. Online course creator, that's a big one for me. E-commerce stores, another one that's been getting some traction for me as well. Health and wellness coaches, real estate agents, digital marketing agencies, financial advisors, SaaS companies, beauty and personal care brands. So I'm working with a partner to build automated systems for med spas, for example, photographers and videographers, consultants and coaching and business development, Event planners, nonprofit organizations, local small businesses, authors and self-publishers, subscription box services, podcasters and bloggers, tech and gadget startups, pet products and services, online fitness instructors and yoga. So this is a big one as well. I feel like somebody could kill it in that one. Nutrition supplement companies, so you can create like a upsell supplement funnel, for example, that is going to help them sell more supplements. Example of bad niches. So I also went ahead and added some bad niches here. So I kept it more general, and I gave you some examples here as well. Overly saturated market like dropshipping generic products. Like you're not gonna go and build funnels for fidget spinner sellers. Extremely niche markets. So like I said, you guys can pause this and go over it. I think I'm actually going to create a document so you guys can download it and kind of review all these. All right, so evaluating the optimal niche. So you got to go out and actually create a list of potential niches based on kind of the options I gave you above, and then narrow down the selection. So you're going to create a Google document to organize your assessment. You're going to reflect on what we discussed previously, and you're going to add any niche that really spark your personal interest and excitement. After that, then you're going to go out and based on your evaluation, which we're going to do a market research and competitor research phase here pretty soon, where you're going to go out and just make sure it's a good niche for you. And then you're going to commit to researching the topics further. So this is your action step right now. So go open a Google Doc, jot down potential niches that you like to build funnels for. And then the next session, we're going to dive deeper into the market research and making sure it's actually a good niche. So with that being said, we're now going to move to lesson 2, where we're going to do competitor market research, and I'll show you guys kind of a strategic way of how you guys can go and do some research and really narrow down your list to ultimately choose your ultimate niche to where you can sell funnels to. All right, see you guys in the next one. Welcome to lesson 2 of module 1, where we're going to go and do some competitor market research on some of your niches that you chose. So let's go into the actual steps that's going to be involved. So we're going to go in and choose your top 1 to 3 niches based on the list, right? So if you have 10, just choose the top 3 and we'll dive more into those. You're going to create a research doc. That way you can take notes and make sure you make it the right fit for you. And then we're going to go out and conduct a market and competitor research. I'll show you how that's done, high level overview. And then we're going to identify one and you're going to stick with that, right? So let's keep going. The next step here, I'm going to give you guys a Google Doc. So it's going to look something like this. It's simple, straight to the point. Just company name, link, offers, notes, and conclusion. So this is just general structure here. And here's some things we're going to look for, right? So what I like to do and what I want you guys to do, we're going to go out and find proven offers, right? So you got to go out and let's say you choose personal training as a niche, right? You want to go help more personal trainers, build funnels for them, maybe build a sales page, build automated systems, whatever it is. You end up choosing that as one of your top 3 niches. You're going to go out and find other competitors selling to that niche, right? In this video, I'm not going to go too involved because this research phase can take an hour, 2, 3, even like a few days, because you got to go in there into the actual landing pages and really figuring out what it is that you like from that offer. So we're going to go in and look at what others do. So find other businesses like ours online, see what they offer and how they show it on their websites, right? So maybe you like a section where it explains the benefits of the service, for example. You're going to take that, you're going to take a note here, right? So you're going to go and add the name, you're going to add links to the social media account, their actual website, that any offers that they have, put them in here that we can go and back and review them or just take and model after those. And any additional notes, maybe design wise, maybe you like certain things from that competitor, you can type in here in the note section. And at the end, you can do a conclusion, like your summary. It's like, hey, like I really love this. I hate that. What I can do better is this. So you can see how you can start really narrowing down in terms of the offers and stuff that you can add to your website, well, your landing page. You're gonna learn from them, so you're gonna notice what they do well and what they could do better, right? A lot of these agencies, they don't know how to position themselves. Maybe they don't have a copywriter, for example. So they do it themselves and they start selling a lot of features of what they can do, but they don't sell the benefits. That's key here. And this whole column here is made for people who just want to sell features, not benefits, right? So you're gonna pick what's cool and what's not from their website. You're gonna add it to yours, or just like I said, take notes. And this is the big one, like I said. Look for benefits, not features. A lot of people are going to focus on features. but see what those features do for the end consumer, right? So see what feature they're selling that is helping the consumer, but they're not really showcasing it within their website, right? So see what they brag about. Notice what kind of things other businesses talk about. Do they list a lot of what they have, or do they talk about how awesome you do, or do they talk about how awesome you'll feel using the service? Show how you make things better. We want to tell people how we make their lives better. So you're selling a lot of the benefits. Focus on selling the results, not the features. Always talk about the good things that will happen if they choose us. All right. So this is just like, again, just I should have just put in like one word in there. Focus on selling the results, not the features. Some other things you can look for here when you start doing some research is figure out where that agency or that competitor is hanging out in. If they're heavily on Facebook, for example, on Facebook groups, then you know they're getting clients from there, right? Otherwise, they wouldn't be focusing their time on that. Focus on competitors who you know have proven track record. Maybe they have a bunch of testimonials on their website. They have a bunch of credible results that you can model after, right? Uh, Little things like that. Just see if they're on LinkedIn, see if they're on Facebook, see if they're on YouTube, see wherever they are. That's where your audience is. So take note of that when you start doing some research. Speaking their language, so see what type of lingo they're using. If they're using specific keywords to target their audience, take note of that. Learning their goals. So see what it is that they're trying to achieve. Right? Are they trying to get people in to sell a course? Are they trying to get people in to sell a funnel service? Are they trying to get people in to, I don't know, sell their coaching program? See what it is that their goal is on the landing page, and just take note of that. And just like this is research. You're just trying to figure out what it is that they're doing, and then later you're gonna go and actually review your whole document. So you're gonna have this is company name one, and then you're gonna have another one here, the company name two, and then you're gonna have horizontal line, and then we're gonna have another one here. So you can see you can be taking notes on a bunch of these people or agencies. There's some individual funnel builders who are doing great as well, so you can kind of do your market research on them and then understand the problems. So see if they have any problems they're facing. A big thing I like to look for with problems is if you go and maybe they have a bad review on Google, for example, or maybe like some other review place or Reddit or whatever, they're talking about a specific business negatively. That's a pain point that they can't solve, or maybe they haven't focused on that. So you can go ahead and build something better that's actually gonna help that individual. All right. So after you get this done, like I said, I did not want to do a full research session here because it should take an hour or two or three. Just really diving deep into each one of these competitors, right? So you can go on Google, you can go on YouTube, you can go to Facebook and find other people selling a similar offer, or not similar offer, but selling to the niche you want to go after, and seeing what type of offer you can create off of that, right? So that can take an hour or two. So didn't want to go in depth. I'm probably going to create a YouTube video that's really from zero to finding your niche, doing this strategy here. But for now, I just want to give you a high level overview. So you're going to choose a niche, and big thing here, don't overthink it. You can always pivot down the road. There's going to be some time in, I don't know, like a few weeks from now, after you choose a niche, you're going to hit a roadblock and you're going to want to stop. You're going to want to find another niche. You have two choices at that point. You can either continue moving forward, researching, seeing what else you can offer, or you can choose to a different niche. Ideally, you just want to keep going forward because you're going to learn a lot. You're going to become an expert in the field. But yeah, just don't overthink it right now. Just choose one and go for it. Otherwise, you're going to get stuck here. We'll go deeper in terms of how we can turn all of this information into a funnel playbook, which is your actual thing or offer that you're going to offer to your audience. And that's going to be the driving force behind a lot of what we're going to do from now on. So in the next lesson, we're going to do, like I said, the funnel playbook, and you're going to build it out, and then we're going to go from there. All right, see you guys on the next one. Welcome to lesson 3. In this lesson, we're going to go and create your funnel playbook. Your funnel playbook is going to be your main thing, your main offer that you're going to be introducing to your audience. And this is going to be the driving force for everything, right? From your scripts to your outreach and everything. So make sure to spend a lot of time on this and really developing a good funnel playbook that you can be proud of and actually showcase to people. So what are the steps into creating this? So there's three steps to crafting your funnel playbook. You're going to gather clues, you're gonna sort your puzzle pieces and drawing your treasure map. So I like to think of this as an adventure, right? So it's like first we got to go and be a detective, right? You're gonna collect stuff, which you've been doing with in a previous lesson as well. You went ahead and figure out what other people are doing, and you're also going to be doing some more research. Where I'm going to show you a document here later in this video where you can really go out, find clues, find offers, find funnel templates, find this, and that. That it's going to help you really create a good offer. After you do that, then you're going to go and you're going to have a bunch of puzzle pieces, right? So you're going to have a lot of information in your documents that you're creating, doing research and doing all the behind the scenes uh, thinking about what you can offer, right? So it's going to be really confusing in the beginning, but after that, then that's when you start sorting out the puzzle pieces. Maybe you like certain things from that competitor, maybe you like certain things from that funnel builder, maybe you come up with your own little tweaks that you can do. This is what's going to happen here in step 2. And then after you get that organized, like I said, this is a high level overview. We're going to go deeper into it here in the next slides. Then after you get these puzzle pieces, you're going to go out and actually create the map, right? So I did a bunch of information here, but pretty much the foundation of this is that the funnel playbook is your secret to client success. It's the roadmap, the treasure map that you can give him, and it's going to guide him straight to the gold, right? So you get the clues, you put the puzzle pieces together, and then you build a treasure map based on those puzzle pieces that's going to help him achieve their ideal result. So the power of research, like I said, we you did a little bit of research in the previous lesson. You can do some more research here in this lesson as well. This will help you narrow down what it is that you're going to offer. This is going to be more specific to the offer itself instead of a niche. You should have already chosen a niche in the previous lesson. If you haven't, you can be sure to choose at least one, stick to it for now, and then we're going to create an offer here, a funnel playbook for that niche, right? So our focus here is we got to fill in the gaps for our funnel solutions. We got to fill in the gaps with our funnel solutions, right? So based on the research, you probably saw certain things that people don't like. So you saw certain things that competitors are using. Maybe they're targeting a specific audience. Maybe they're in a specific platform. You figured out a lot for that niche, right? But now we got to go in and figure out what it is the problem that we're going to solve for them, and that's only done through research. So here, for example, funnel hacking to build our strategies, learning from others who do what we want to do. Again, we're going to go in there, and why try and reinvent the wheel when other people have done a lot of the work for us? We just got to go in there and actually just model after a lot of what they do and just creating our own little unique system. So I'm going to give you a document like this. This document is similar to the previous one, but this one's going to be more specific in terms of certain things for the offer, right? Like what strategies, what offers do they have, what problems are they solving. Testimonial feedback, like I said, is important. You can see what people like and don't like from a specific person based on the feedback that you see on the testimonials. What funnel pages to include, what elements to add to pages, what automations to include in the funnel, any special upsells or bonuses to include, how much should I charge for this funnel. So all this information, you can see how it's a lot of puzzle pieces that you can just take and put notes into this document, and then you got to go and organize those pieces and turn it into a beautiful adventure journey that you can share with people. So let me go back here. Like I said, we're going to look what others' game plan is. We're going to find cool strategies. We check out what other businesses like ours are doing to see what's working for them. It's like learning from the best players in the game to figure out how to win. Check out their special offers to see what they're offering. Let's look the prices. Let's look at their prices, special deals to understand what's normal. This helps us come up with some awesome offers, stand out, figure out the big problems, so figure out what it is that they're missing in their offers that you feel you can contribute and do better. And again, big thing for me that it wasn't a thing that I used to think about. Like testimonials help us as competitors to see what's working and what's not working. So again, I think that's a place a lot of people are missing, and I feel like it can help you as well. So let's go down here. So just how I showed you in the document here, all these topics are these ones listed here. So I'm going to go over each one of them in terms of what you can look for when you go out and do the research, and that way you know what to plug in to these areas here. All right, so assembling the pieces to your ultimate funnel map. So this is we got the puzzle. We have an idea where we're going after, but now we need a puzzle piece. We need the clues that's going to help us really come up with a good little blueprint. All right, so potential strategies and offers. So offers. Know any offers are currently offering in your niche. Example, we'll double your personal training clients in the next 30 days or your money back. So that's an offer right there that you can kind of take note in, right? So you just put that in here. Like, hey, there's somebody offering this, this, and this. That's an offer. Strategies, what funnel strategies people are using in niche. Like, do they have webinars? Do they have events? So maybe this person is this a lot of similarities in this niche is they're using webinars to attract uh, clients, right? So now you know you probably need to focus on a webinar funnel. On what you want to do, think about the unique deals or services you can provide no one else does. So let's close this actually. So problems being solved. Write down any big problems your customers need help with. Example, losing weight, finding more customers, learning a new skill. So for example, personal trainers, uh, they need help. So this is you're doing research for their clients, right? So this is you're not doing research on the actual agency now. You did that on the previous lesson. This is for their audience. Like, what is it that their audience has issues with that you're gonna help solve and help them convert, right? So let's say for this one we're sticking to personal training. Let's actually type it in here. Personal training is our niche. So probably being solid, testimonial feedback. So they need help losing weight, and maybe we did some research and we found that a big sub niche, like really micro niche, is personal trainers focusing on like people getting ready for their wedding, right? So now you get even more niche in terms of offers, right? So it's like they need help losing weight and looking good before their wedding. So now imagine you can create a great offer for personal trainers that target specifically people who are looking to get married, right? This could be very niche. It's probably just like this could be like a digital course or something that you can sell scale at a national level. Figure out what problems their ideal customers are having, and then just put it in here. What funnel pages to include? So go and see what funnel pages other offers have, right? Do they have like a sales page? Do they have a full website? Do they have a checkout page? Like, what is it that they have? And just take note of that, right? So go in here. It's like maybe you see an offer that has sales page, and then it goes to order form or like application page because they're trying to see if they're even a good fit to work with them. Application page and have book a call, and then they have a thank you page. So just focus on the pages here. Don't focus on the automations or anything. Thank you page, and maybe you notice that they also have an upsell to a nutrition guide. Right. So you just take note of this, right? So this is going to be you just going into and Googling and or on YouTube or Google or Facebook groups, figuring out what other people are selling to this niche, and you figure out what they're doing, and then you're going to model after that. Page order, see what order they have it. Example, start with the welcome page and showing the offer, followed by testimonial before a checkout. So really go deep and funnel hack in that funnel, and then you can kind of model after that. Elements start to pages. So usually a lot of these funnels, a lot of competitors and other funnel builders have already built something good, right? It's like they've done it in the past. So why, like I said, why reinvent the wheel? We're trying to make things simple and make things efficient, not only for us, but for the end user as well, right? So once you go and find a competitor, you're going to see elements on their page, right? Maybe it's I don't know, they're selling, yeah, let's say personal training, right? So what elements do they have on the page, right? So in the heading, you can do like a big offer as the heading. And then you can do like the offer here. So it's like you just enter the heading here. That way you can come back and really review it. Heading here. and then maybe they have like a testimonial section or before and after section since it's like a fitness base, and then they have uh, their services. Well, in this case, we want to highlight the pain points. Maybe they have like a sales page. They have a professional copywriter right that wrote that page. So I said the big heading, the big offer at the very top, before and after is like. Then they have highlight a pain point. A pain point. Then they probably agitate it. Agitate the pain point. It's like, hey, like, do you ever feel? Hold on, let me actually pain point. It's like, hey, do you ever feel like you're trying every single exercise plan out there and you're still not getting results, right? And then the agitation could be like, do you feel like, uh, I can't think off the top of my head right now. Do you feel like you're losing time? You're losing experiences with your family. You're losing a lot of valuable experiences. Experience would probably be the best one. Uh, then you start agitating, right? So it's like you go and see that, and then you can take the notes here, like see what they write, and write it down here. Write it here, and now you can see you're kind of developing your own little sales page as you go through here. Write it here. So you're gonna end up developing a full structure here that you can use for the sales page and your offer, right? And like I said, don't copy word for word. In this in for this document you can, but once you start building it out for other people, don't copy it word by word. Like actually develop it and create your own, which I'm gonna show you in the copywriting section how you can use AI to do a lot of the heavy lifting when it comes to the copywriting. But this is just elements to add. Another other things that we can do is like don't just look at the structure. Look at what other things do they have, right? Do they have like a sign up button? Do they have where do they have a sign up button? Is it at the bottom? Is it at the top? Right? Do they have a big? They have animations. Do they have I don't know certain things that you like that you want to model after? Just take note in this area here. What automations to include in the funnel? So let's say after they sign up to a sales page, where are we at? Sales page, they get an automatic email, or maybe this is an opt-in page. They get an email, just be like, hey, like we after opt-in, I got an email upselling me to the nutrition pack. Right. So you start seeing what type of automations they have. So write down any emails, any message reminders that are automatically sent or that you think are going to work for your offer as well. Customer journey automation, plan how to use the automations to guide customers through their journey smoothly. After purchase, automatically send it to a welcome kit via email, right? So little things like that. Next thing, any special upsells or bonuses, like I said, in this one, that as an example, there was an upsell, and then for bonuses here, be like maybe they're also giving away a free nutrition plan their to their audience after they opt in, or they're giving away a free giving away a free 30-day gym pass to a local gym. So just see what they're offering and take notes. Like I said, you're just taking notes here. You're just researching. And like I said, this doesn't have to be just one website. You did that in the previous one. You kind of broke it down into each individual website. This is for the niche specifically. So note here, for example, like this offer could be for one, like one of somebody offering this offer to somebody, and then you go and find somebody else who's offering this. So you just take a bunch of notes here. You're just building up your puzzle pieces here, and then you're gonna organize it later. So how much are they charged? So see how much they're charging for the services, right? So maybe they're selling a funnel automation for let's say 1997 plus like recurring management for 500 a month. and then just take more notes here. Take all pricing options here. That way you kind of know exactly what they're offering, and it could give you a better idea of how much you can charge for something like this. I should have some more notes here for you when it comes to this, because this is going to be a key point for you, so you can figure out what pricing to offer. All these, a lot of what I'm going to be teaching in this masterclass, it could go in depth. Like I have hours and hours of content for my students in certain elements, but in this masterclass, I just want to keep it high level and like no fluff, just really straight to the point, high level overview of how everything works. And then if you do want to learn more, you can go out and kind of do your own research when it comes to that. So for this one, like pricing, figure out your pricing structure. Ideally, like I said, you can go on YouTube, figure out like how can I price my agency service or my funnel services, and you're gonna get a lot of information on how to do that. But for here, just take notes on your research, right? So look around, see what other are charging for similar offers. It gives you an idea about. But remember, it's not just about being cheaper. Focus on the value. Focus what is it that you're selling. How valuable is it to the individual, and yeah. So your special offer, think about how some of your services. If you're solving a big problem and doing extra special things, make sure your price shows that. So increase the perceived value. If there's some cost associated with it, maybe you're hiring a designer, maybe you're hiring a copywriter, make sure obviously to cover that cost plus make some profit on top of it. Think of your customer. So price points. Who is it that you're targeting? Are they able to afford this? Options are good. So maybe you want to offer, maybe you want to have two different packages, maybe like a high ticket and a low ticket, or maybe like a payment plan, right? So go ahead and research what is it that other people are doing. Take note of that. And now as you can see, you're going to build a full like list here of potential strategy that you can use to sell to people based on research from other successful funnels. Let's see example here. So that's a document I just showed you. So visualizing your strategy. So I'm a very visual guy. I want to see how everything flows. Like that's why I call it funnel playbook, because you literally draw a little mind map showing the full uh, offer and the full system that they're going to be getting. So the funnel playbook. After crafting your strategic playbook, the next pivotal step is turning into a strategy into a visual representation, the funnel map. This map is not just a diagram, it's a clear visualization of the customer's journey through your funnel, highlighting every interaction point and a conversion opportunity. So platforms you can use for this. I use Giru. Giru is the top one. I use that every day. That's why I close a lot of my clients. I literally just build out a funnel playbook right in front of them, and they see the vision and they say yes. Obviously not. I wish I could close everybody like that, but that's 90% of my closes is through a funnel playbook, and that's why I'm showing you how to do that here. Funnelytics, you can even use a pen and paper or my mapping tool. Like, don't get fancy if you don't need to. So again, we're gonna clarity and focus. It's gonna provide a high level overview of the strategy, spotting the gaps. It's gonna allow you to identify certain ways where you can optimize the funnel strategy, and it's gonna be easy to explain. So once you start showing it to people, you're gonna be able to really see the process visually and then share it with them. So the adventure of a funnel playbook, you're going to show where they began. Where did they come in from? Did they come in from ads? Did they come in from the website? Is it that they come in from? The path they travel. So following the trail. Once they found the map, where do they go next? We create different paths. Stops like a puzzle room, the landing page, a story chamber, about us page. So we don't need about us page. I should have just removed that. The product page, and then like an upsell, for example, right? So what is it that we're going to be? What path are the customer going to be going through? Magical guides along the way. So what can we do to get people to come back if they get lost in the journey, right? So this is where we can introduce automations like emails and SMS, maybe retargeting ads. So it's like they start the adventure, they go through the map, but they get lost. How can we get them back, right? SMS, automations, emails, whatever it is. After they go through the full process, they're going to end up at the very end result, which is the treasure. That's what you ultimately want to get them there. Right? They get excited, they're ready to purchase, so they purchase, so they sign up to whatever the next step is. So example of funnel playbook, this is pretty much what it looks like. So all you got to do is just create, where is it that the traffic is going to be coming from? It could be various sources. It doesn't just have to be one. They're going to go into a page. In this case, it's a coupon opt-in. Then it gives them the coupon, and then it gives them a core offer, and then it gives them an order form and a thank you page. And then here, let's say they opt in, but they don't purchase. Then we introduce an email here. that gets them to a special offer, a one-time offer that gets them to purchase, right? So you can see it's a little journey that customers will go to, right? So they enter through here, they end up going through here. If they get lost somehow, we try and upsell them or retarget them to get them to another offer. So that's really high level overview of how all this works. So after you create the funnel playbook, the visualization of it, you got to go in and name it. Right. So this is going to help you just creating a great name that you can share with people. And here I just broke down a quick little strategy for you. So reflect on a niche specialty. Think about what you're especially good at and what area you're focused on. Your playbook name could include a hint of your niche to immediately communicate its relevance. For instance, the wellness journey blueprint, since it shows that it's health focused, you have wellness in there. Highlight the benefit or outcome. What major benefit does your funnel provide? Is it more leads? Is it more sales? Is it streamlined customer journey? Use your name like lead cascade formula or sales search strategy. You can see how we're focusing here on sales, here on lead. Add a personal touch. So make the playbook uniquely yours by incorporating your name to your business. So you can add even like Alex's conversion compass. So now you become more personal as well. For me, Funnel Vibes path to conversion. So it's like my business name in there, and then my unique strategy. Using engaging adjectives, so words like ultimate, exclusive, master, revolutionary, like the ultimate engagement agent or exclusive e-commerce elevator. You can see how these words just add a little bit more emphasis into it. And then here you got to keep it clear and memorable. So while creativity is key, ensure your playbook's name is easy to remember and clearly conveys its purpose. Avoid jargon or overly complex phrases that might confuse your audience. So examples to spark inspiration. Examples you guys can use: the client elevator, the client magnet blueprint, elevate, the high converting funnel formula, Pathfinder, your guide to digital dominance, the conversion catalyst playbook, etc. So that's it. After you get that name done, you have the full funnel map. Then we can move on and actually building the U funnel, which is really going to position you as an expert in the field. And then you can go out and actually start the client getting process. But first, we got to build your U funnel. All right, see you guys in the next lesson. Welcome to lesson 4. In this lesson, we're going to go into building the U funnel. By now, you should actually have your niche. You should have a funnel playbook. You should have a name to that funnel playbook. If you haven't done so, please go and do that because you're going to need that moving forward from now on. Right. So the U funnel is pretty much optimized on digital U, how you can show yourself as an expert online, and how you can start establishing credibility. Right. So people don't work with businesses; they want to work with people. Right. That's a big lesson I learned in the process of building Funnel Vibe. Is I tried to position Funnel Vibe as this big agency, right? But I realized people were scared of that, right? They prefer to work with me personally. It's like they want to work with Bolivar, not Funnel Vibe. So because I am the face of the brand, right? So in this case, you don't have to have a big business. Don't think like you need to have a big brand, well-known brand for you to actually get business. People actually like working with individuals who can relate with them and they think it's also going to be cheaper than if they go with an agency, right? So just be you. Don't worry about building like a big brand, even though eventually you want to get to that point. But for now, you got to start off somewhere, right? So sell yourself and they will work with you over any business. So the importance of looking legit. First impressions. People will judge you based on first impressions. So you need to have at least like a landing page, maybe like a professional picture, maybe some type of first impression, good first impression that they can see as soon as they land on your profile or your website, which I'm going to make it super simple for you guys in the next few steps. So hopefully you guys are excited for that. Personal connection. So people, like I said, people don't work with businesses. They want to work with people. So it helps you build a personal connection if they're able to not only see you as a credible person, but they can also reach out to you through DMs or whatever it is. Another big thing here is believe in yourself. You can become anybody you want online. Like that's the crazy thing about the online world. You could be like working at a factory job like a month ago, and now you're like a professional guru if you make yourself seem like a guru online, right? So it's like you can, as long as you believe in yourself and you know you can become a better person, you know you need to do something different to grow, you can do that. If that requires you creating a new account or a new Facebook account, so you don't have to worry about judgment from family and friends on your personal Facebook account, for example, go ahead and do that. Like that's really big for you and your transformation on this journey. So what are some things that we need to optimize? We need to optimize your social media accounts and your website. For the website, I'm actually going to give you a dump for you website you can just import with one click. So you don't even got to worry about the website since you're going to get it from me here. For social media accounts, it all depends on where your audience is. If in the research phase you saw that LinkedIn is a big place where your audience is, you need to go and optimize your LinkedIn. I'm gonna show you right now just Facebook because Facebook is my primary source of income. Like I Facebook groups and just building my personal brand on Facebook has helped me pretty much get 80% of my clients. Right. So I'm gonna show you how we can do that on Facebook, and you're just gonna use a lot of those techniques and apply them everywhere else, like LinkedIn, Twitter, YouTube, whatever it is. Right. So in this case, like I said, we're gonna focus on Facebook. So optimizing your Facebook account and other social media. So here are some things we need to add. So this is my personal one that I have now. It's always going to be evolving. So be sure to check it out. If you're, let's say a year from now, you're viewing this course, go check it out to see what I optimize. Like I said, learn from other people who are testing things for you and working. If I make updates on my website, on my profile, is because I know I need to change something and maybe I learned for somebody else they can implement. So first things first, the Facebook banner. So up here in the Facebook banner, you want to show them who you are. Well, show them what you do, pretty much. Before I updated this, it used to say like I build personal brands. I build funnels for personal brands looking to achieve the first 10K, I believe, something along those lines. So I literally just told them exactly what I did. So as soon as they land on my profile, they're able to literally see like what I do. It's like a landing page. Imagine this is your landing page here. What do you put at the very top? You usually put like the big promise, like with the big thing that you help people with, and that's exactly where you need to use this for. In this case, I just put beautiful funnels that convert because I'm trying to establish the brand now. I tell them what I do so they can buy a template, they can get a custom funnel, and they can learn more about funnels. So use the banner space to showcase what you do. This could be a tagline, standout project. Maybe you have a really good case study that you work with a pretty big brand. You can just highlight it there up top since that adds credibility. Value proposition. You can use Canva, Figma, or the design tools to build that out. There are specific guidelines when it comes to building out a Facebook banner. So I went ahead and added this for you so you can see the type of sizing you can use. You can also just go to Google, be like, hey, Facebook banner sizing, and you're going to get more accurate results there as well. But just want to show you here that you guys have that resource. Personal profile to show credibility. So your profile represents you across your platform. It should show up professional and approachable. So for me, I want to really highlight myself as an expert in System.io. That's why I have my awards there. I'm holding them. It's like, oh, this guy must know something that I don't because he has awards and they don't. So I want to position myself as an expert like that. But you can also just show your face and just make it personal as well. But just make sure not to don't use AI images. Like every time I see an AI image, I imagine it's like some random person that doesn't want to show his face and he just told AI to create an image and now he posted it. Or don't use like illustration. Just use an actual picture of yourself since you are building this you funnel, which is specifically about you. Let me close this. So bio optimization. A well-crafted bio conveys what you do and for who you do it for. It's a quick snapshot of your personal identity. So how to include your value proposition, target client, and any unique differentiators. Use keywords strategically for better visibility. So in mine, like I went ahead and simplified it a little bit more because I want to show it kind of just me as a person, like who serves the most, reaps the most. Some people relate to that. It's like, hey, he's gonna give a lot before he gets something. So that's why I haven't changed that actually. If I were to change it though, I would have something like this to make it more specific in terms of who I help and what I do. For example, it could be like transforming clicks into customers for e-commerce brands, for cutting-edge funnel strategies, doubling conversion with proven methods. Let's scale your online store together. So you can see everybody that lands on your website, on your Facebook profile or your social media profile is going to see something like this. They usually have like a little bio section that they read through and just literally just tells them what you do, right? So maybe they see the heading up here, but maybe they don't and they just read this and they read more about what you do. Another example here, empowering coaches to fill their programs without guesswork. I design conversion funnels to turn prospects into passionate clients ready to grow your coaching business, ? And then if they're curious, they're going to start reading more in your profile. They're going to scroll down. Another one here, turning your traffic into treasured leads with targeted lead gen funnels, specializing in capturing quality leads that convert. Let's supercharge your lead generation efforts. So just wanted to share some examples there with you guys. The last step here, content that positions you as the expert. So I don't have my feed here, but maybe I can open it here. So you can see my actual current profile here. So you can see I start posting. Let's go down here. So you got to share insights, case studies, client testimonials, thought leadership pieces that demonstrate your expertise. Also, don't be afraid to add personal pictures. Maybe you're out having a run. Maybe you're out eating a nice dinner, lunch, and you just want to be personal with people. Like, don't be afraid to be personal with them as well. Like I said, people buy from people, not businesses. So if you show that you're a real person and you're trustworthy, then people will be more likely to contact you to actually help them with whatever it is you're gonna help them with. Develop a content calendar, roughly posting regularly posting valuable information, engaging content to keep people interested. Now let me go back again here to my Facebook profile. You can see I have this post here about my business. I have some motivational stuff here, some more stuff about kind of what I offer, and then you can see I had some testimonials in here, which really showcases that I've actually worked with other people in the past. If you don't have this, don't worry about it. Just do your best to get that first testimonial. So the big objective of this building your Facebook account or your LinkedIn account is for you to just build a credible account that people actually want to follow and learn more from. So the goal of this is you're going to go and optimize this, and then your job is to go out and actually add as many possible friends that are in your target market. For example, in the last lesson we used personal trainers. So I'll probably go to like a personal training Facebook group, see what type of people are selling for, well, what type of people are personal trainers in that group, and adding them as friends because that's my target audience. So not every time you post, they're actually gonna see your feed. They're gonna see your post. They're gonna see that you work with personal trainers, that you help people get more, you help personal trainers get more clients, etc. All that is going to go into getting client side of things, but just wanted to show you kind of the high level overview of why you're doing this in the first place. All right, so your new funnel agency website. So you're probably thinking like, I got to build a website, like I don't know how to build it, etc. I'm gonna make it super simple for you. So website is important. It serves as a portfolio, so don't overthink it. Don't think like you need to add a bunch of fancy stuff. As long as you have testimonials, maybe some work you've done in the past, that should be enough. That's how I started. Funnel Vibe grew. I have tons of pages now, but in the beginning it was just like one page, what I did, work that I did, like my demo work that I did for myself, and then that kind of just conveyed expertise. Again, I think I talked about this in the past when we were doing the research. Don't focus on selling the features. Like, don't focus like I'm using System.io to do this, this, and that. Like, focus on selling the benefits that they're gonna get by using your service, right? So don't tell them any technical stuff. Just make it simple. So if you want to get an example, like funnelvibe.com, it's my website. That just focus on the homepage. So if you actually just want to build a website, like this is like I said, it's more. It became more complex over time. However, like you can see, my homepage is literally just selling the funnel service. I'm not selling anything else but my funnels. Like I don't want it to distract into my course, my digital products, any of that. Like I just want to sell more funnels. So you can see, you can even do some research on mine and kind of model after it if you want. But you can see the testimonials. Client portal, a bunch of social proof here, book a strategy session, etc. And you can have a portfolio. If I was just to start from scratch and I didn't have no time and I didn't have the website that I'm going to give you, I would probably just do something like this. Just have a portfolio, testimonials, and a bunch of previous work I've done. So let's go back here. All right, so now you're probably wondering, where's my website? So I'm going to be giving you guys one. Well, you can have both of these. One is for males, one is for female. So it's up to you to decide which one you wanna have. So let me just open this one, and then the other one's the same but just purple. So you'll be able to download this just in the link down below. You should be able to import this. So you can see it's just high level, simple little website that's designed to get people to book call with you. For example, we build high converting funnels to generate this, this, and that. Request a call, what we offer, funnel building, funnel strategy templates, why choose us. You have your portfolio stuff here, testimonials, and then request a funnel. So you have a book a call page. I believe I added on here. So you just have the main page, and then you have a book a call page here, and then there's a thank you page. I believe I added in there. So yeah, just simple little strategy, simple little website here for you guys. You guys can use. That way you don't have no excuses in terms of you can't build a website. I'm giving it to you here for free. I'm not going to show you how to build it out or like the technical side of things because I'm literally giving it to you. But if you do want to learn more into all that, if you go to my playlist on YouTube, Actually, it is in the blogs area. Yeah, I have a video on YouTube where I teach you how to use the blogs area on system.io, which is separate from the funnels area. That's where this website is built. So if you do import this and you get lost, be sure to just go to YouTube and research this video, building a website on system, and I'll show you exactly how to modify it, how to navigate the blog area in the first place. All right, so now you should have a niche, you should have a playbook, you should have a your Facebook optimized or your social media accounts optimized for wherever your niche is, and you should have a website. And now it's how can we get clients, right? So now it's the hardest part for a lot of people is how to get clients. I'm going to show you a strategy that I use and some scripts and stuff like that so you can get started now that you have a good foundation in place. All right, see you guys in the next one. Welcome to Module 2. This is the module you've all been waiting for. This is where I teach you how to get clients. You probably have a skill set, maybe you have an offer, but you just haven't been able to get a client so far. So I'm going to give you a step-by-step process in terms of how you can do that, not only for funnels, but maybe other offers that you have as well. So there are several different ways you can go about getting clients. One of them is paid ads, right? You all know that. We can also do cold outreach, right? This requires building a list and then outreaching them automatically, or maybe you want to do that manual process, just following up with them until they say yes or no. And then what I like the most is attracting through value. It just provides so much value to the marketplace that there's no way they can go through a Facebook group, for example, without seeing you. So I'm going to show you how to do this, attract through value. That way you don't got to put no money up front, which it requires for ads. And then cold outreach requires a lot of time and a lot of automation if you want to do that route. However, I'm going to show you how to attract people through value while still like sprinkling in a little bit of cold outreach in there. So by combining these two, we're able to maximize our efforts to getting clients. Right. So let's go ahead and move forward. We want to attract through value without spending money. That's the ultimate goal, right? All right. So this is the process we will follow. We're going to give them value. We're going to show them your unique strategy, and then we're going to create a live interaction. Giving value, we're going to go out there and actually provide something different in a marketplace that's not being offered currently. And even though you might be offering something similar to somebody else, you can position it in a way that's something different. For example, we named the funnel playbook something uniquely to you, so they're probably going to think it's something different than what's out there, even though it might be the same funnel. For example, unique strategy. So this is your funnel playbook. Like we attract them through like your different offer, your unique offer, but then we show them the actual strategy behind it. And that's where the really power is, right? So you attract them with kind of the name and what they're going to learn, but then you actually give them the sauce, you could say. And that's where it's like, oh my God, this could be amazing. And then so now that you got them hooked, now you got live interaction and address any concerns. Maybe they have questions about pricing. Maybe they don't know if it's going to work for them. So that's where the live interaction comes into play. So our client acquisition process is going to look like this. We're going to build an audience. We're going to grow a target audience with the strategies that highlight your presence and attract engagement. So it's like building your Facebook friend list with high quality people who might be interested in your offer. We're going to create a conversation with them, right? Because we know they're interested in that service or they're in that niche at least. Then you want to create a conversation to see if it's even a viable person to sell this to. So you're going to initiate impactful conversation that transfers your audience interest into actionable leads. And then once they show interest in it, then that's when we can actually go and close the leads. So we close a deal by showing them our unique strategy, how we can turn their leads into paying customers using our funnel playbook. So key point to remember, your goal is always to take them to the next step of your funnel only, right? A lot of people want to take them straight to the close. They want to go and as soon as they contact them, they want to like take their money and get paid. As much as that's like the ideal scenario, it's hard to get there without having a middle piece. So I'm showing that here in a funnel step, awareness, right? So an awareness is what do we do to attract people to our offer, which in this case is going to be our funnel playbook. I'm going to show you guys all that in the next few lessons. And then consideration is where we start a conversation. Is like, is this even right for them? Is this going to fit their needs? Is this going to solve their problem? We don't know that, right? So we can't sell them on the full strategy, like close it, because we don't know if it's even going to work for them. So our whole goal in awareness is to get them down one step, create the conversation, and then ultimately it leads to a conversion. If they show interest, if they show signs of being a hot lead, then you start into converting. So here again is a text breakdown. Awareness, you build your audience. Consideration, you create a conversation. And conversion, you close a lead. So I'm excited to get into this. This is a big one that I know a lot of you are looking forward to. So hopefully I'm able to deliver a lot of value to you guys. Like I said, I'll give you guys scripts, I'll give you guys a strategy. So there's no way you cannot not get a client if you follow these instructions. So let's move on to the next lesson number 2, where we're going to start building an audience and showing you some strategies to doing so. All right, see you guys in the next one. All right, welcome to lesson 2, where I'm going to teach you how to build your audience. So this is key because this is the people we're going to be selling to. So I like to think of it as a fish tank strategy. So I even have a fish tank in my living room, where just because of this strategy, which I learned from Russell Brunson and his book .com Secrets, pretty much how we can get our ideal clients to come to us. So what's the fish tank strategy? It's the pillars to attracting potential clients and building our audience. So here's a high-level overview. Is tank. What tank are your ideal clients in? And then we're going to go and fill up our tank with quality fish. And then we're going to create some bait and have quality fish food that excites them. And hook, a fish will take a bite, and that's when we actually go and convert them. So let's dive a little deeper into this. So a tank. The tank is, where is your customer spending their time in? Is it in a Facebook group? Is it on LinkedIn? Is it in Discord? Where are they at? What's the ideal tank for them? Do they love being on Facebook? That's your tank. If they love being on LinkedIn, that's your tank, right? So you gotta go, and based on research, you should probably already know what the tank is. The action here is to make a list of specific places, online and offline, where they hang out. Include links to Facebook groups, LinkedIn communities, or even events pages for easy future reference. The next step is to fill up your tank with quality fish. This is where you actually go out and into the fish tanks, into other fish tanks. You pull out some quality fish that you want to interact with. For example, you go to a Facebook group. Let's say we stick with the personal training analogy. You go to a personal training Facebook group. You see which people are personal trainers. You add them as friends. And then next lesson, I think 2 lessons from now, I'm going to show you the scripts that we can outreach to those people into. But right now, we're just building an audience of our ideal target audience. Choose quality connections. Like I said, choose people who are actually engaging and then contributing to discussions. People who are active, and then start by engaging with their content thoughtfully. So maybe you like their post, maybe you comment on one of their pictures with the dog. You just start showing up that you're there, right? You're not selling them yet. You just build an audience and creating a little bit of interaction, right? Comment, like, and share. That way you become on the radar. Places to look for. So you can go to Facebook groups and events. You can go in there and actually find specific people. Like I said, a personal trainer. You can see just looking at his profile that he's a personal trainer. So you can go ahead and add him. Mutual friends on Facebook. So if you go to somebody's profile and you see what type of mutual friends they have, you can go and click on those mutual friends. And then within those friends, they got more friends who are probably personal trainers, for example, right? So you can start digging deeper like that. Instagram, using direct messaging. So you can find people on Instagram and direct messaging there and like compliment them on certain awards or something like that. LinkedIn. So how we can connect with people on LinkedIn, right? So we have a lot of automations that we can do there as well. That's what automation tools are handy. Engaging with posts across social media platforms. So once you find a few of them, let's say you find them on Facebook, you can find them on Instagram. You can like comment on their Facebook and their Instagram, and now you're kind of hitting them from different places. Like I said, you're not selling them, you're just kind of engaging and just showing up on their radar. Setting up email automations for outreach. So yeah, so in this case, we would need an email list before we're able to do this. So I guess you could find a good email list that has your target audience, and that could be a good source of quality fish using this analogy. Let me close these up, and then bait. So this is where the U funnel comes into play. This is where you have your Facebook profile already set up, maybe your LinkedIn profile, but in this case, let's focus on Facebook. You have maybe some templates that you give away. Maybe you have a funnel that you did for a previous personal trainer, and you're showcasing it, and it has testimonial. So you're giving them, enticing them with like this small little bait, right? They're gonna come to you, and they're gonna start seeing you as an expert. So create content showcasing your skills and knowledge, whether it's conducting funnel audits, sharing insights from building a funnel, or freely giving away strategic advice. Action, start posting the valuable content on platforms where your ideal client spends their time. Show them you have methods that work and spark their curiosity. Hook. So when we hook them, it's because you engaged with them. They could be ready to take a bite. They may not be ready, but once they hook, that means you kind of got them, It doesn't mean you're going to close them. It just means that they're interested in hearing more. So be ready for engagement. The more valuable content you offer, which means the better the bait, the more likely someone will reach out and bite to learn more. Once they say they want to learn more, that's when things get serious, and that's when you can actually are likely to close these people. As soon as they bite, your goal is not to try to close them right away. Remember what I said in the previous lesson. The goal is not to get them to purchase right away. It's to create the conversation, hearing them out, hearing their problems, seeing if you're even able to help them before you start pitching them on your services. So you initiate conversation. Once someone shows interest, don't rush to sell them your service. Instead, aim to start generating conversation through DM, a quick call, or Zoom meeting. So you can do DMs. I love doing DMs because I don't want to get on conversations on calls because they can take forever. And DMs is just a quick little message while I'm still able to do something else. But here, like I said, you're trying to create a genuine conversation. Hey, like, what do you do? Like, who do you focus on? And you start getting information from them, which allows you to better able to prescribe a solution. You have to learn more about them before you can prescribe the right solution to the problem, which is what I just said. So these are the kind of the 4 steps here. The fish tank strategy. So go out. You should know what tank it is that your clients are in. Now you got to go out and find quality fish, the target audience, add them, connect with them, engage with them. Bait, have good content, good little freebie offers to get the bait, get them interested in what you have to offer. And then hook, right? Hook is once they start seeing that you are the expert, then they're going to hook. They're going to want to learn more, and that's when we pull them in. The goal of building an audience. So what's the goal of this step is we're building a targeted and engaged community. We're going to grow an audience that's genuinely interested in our niche and offerings. The community should be active, engaged in content, and responsive to your communications. So we're just building a more targeted list that we can retarget pretty much every time we post a post. You establish shift and authority. So if you have quality fish and they all see you as the guy, the marketing guy, the funnel guy for that niche, like anytime they need a funnel, or they might not need a funnel now, but maybe a month from now they start thinking about funnels. It's like, oh, like I know that guy. Like he showed a personal trainer funnel, and let me reach out to him and see if he can help. You start creating a pipeline, so people start seeing your posts, you start warming them up, and then eventually they reach out to you for help, or you can connect with them with a cold message, which I'm going to show in the scripts. Fostering trust and loyalty. So now the more they see you, the more they trust you, the more loyal they become to you because you've been around for a while, right? If you keep posting consistently, keep providing value, eventually they're going to see you as a guy, and they're not going to go with somebody else because you're showing them that you know what you're talking about. So gain insight into your customer needs and preference. So once you start interaction, engaging with them, you're going to get a lot of DM conversations and just feedback in general, which is going to allow you to just optimize your offers in the first place. So this is what's amazing about building an audience first and not focusing on the sell right away. After you build an audience, then the whole next step is to create a conversation. Again, don't try to close them right away. You create a conversation first, and then you try to close them. So in the next lesson number 3, I'm going to go into this section where I'm going to teach you how you can create a conversation with them. And then I'm going to show you some scripts that you guys can use. All right, see you guys soon. Welcome to lesson 3 on module 2, where we're going to start creating conversations with potential clients. So let's go ahead and get started. Your client getting conversation step-by-step guide. So again, this is kind of a recap of what I went in the past verbally. Here, I'll just give you guys more examples. So first, we're going to create awareness through content. We engage in conversations, and then we hook them into learning more about our unique funnel playbook, and then we close a deal. So here, for example, what does this mean? Create awareness through content. First, you need to make sure people know you exist, right? So you do this by sharing interesting stories, tips, and insights. This is your content or bait. It's like waving hello and sending a friendly wave across the digital space. So just let them know, hey, I'm here. You need any help? Like, here's what I do. Like again, this is just done through content. It's like no way to directly like engage the engagement there. It's just like, hey, you're just there. So action step: post engaging content on social media. Write insightful blog posts, share helpful tips, maybe some YouTube videos that catch people's attention and make them curious about what you do. Right? Like recently, I've been posting a lot of like design elements on these Facebook groups, which gets attention. It's like, oh, this guy does amazing work. What else does he do? They click on my profile, they end up contacting me, or they just end up filling out one of my forms, whatever it is. But you put out content out there that really lets them know that you know something that they don't, and they want to learn more. So that's step number 1. Step 2, you engage in conversations. Once someone shows interest in your content, maybe they like your post, they leave a comment, or reply to your email, it's time to chat. Think of it as a meeting, as meeting someone new and getting to know each other. So again, you're not trying to close them; you're still trying to just conversate to see if you're even a good fit for them. The action step here is reply to their comments, thank them for the interest, ask questions to learn more about them, and share more about how you can solve their problems. For example, like you could even every time somebody comments on one of your posts, you can send them a DM personally, be like, "Hey, I just saw you commenting on one of my posts. Thank you for reaching out. By the way, do you mind me if I ask you some questions? Doing some research on this, this, and that, and you're talking about that niche." So now because they're in that niche, they feel like really enticed to tell you more about it because it's something they're passionate about, right? Maybe like a personal trainer is passionate talking about fitness, so he's willing to give you information about fitness. So you can see how he starts creating that conversation. So you can start kind of learning more about them and what they do. And by you not selling them right away, they're more likely to want to learn more about what you actually have to offer, since you're not like that needy person who just wants to get paid right away. After you get more information from them, you're going to hook them into learning more about your unique playbook. So now that you're chatting, you can start chatting a little about your special guide, your funnel playbook that helps solve their problems or make their life easier. It's like telling them about your secret map to treasure that you've created. So it's like you tell them, you kind of know the problem because you chatted with them a little bit about it. Now you have the treasure map that you can give to them to get them from point A to point B. So this is when they start getting curious, like, oh, what is this funnel playbook? Like, what is it that you do, right? So then the action step here is mention how your funnel playbook has helped others and can specifically address their needs. Offer them a sneak peek of maybe like a Loom video, for example, a free tip from the playbook, or an invitation to a free demo call or Loom video where they can learn more. So this is now they're really interested. If they end up booking a call, then maybe you send them a Loom video. Now the show is even more interest. So you can see how you get them from a cold lead. You warm them up a little bit by getting them to trust you, and then you give them the strategy, and then you can see how eventually it starts becoming into like a little sales pitch at the end. So now once they see the video, maybe that you got on a call, now they're wondering about certain things, and this is where you close them. It's in the DM because I already showed interest. I already said yes to the strategy. Now it's like, how can we close them? By the way, I have a lesson in this course on how to close them. Like I said, it's high level overview, just simple strategy. I'm not going like advanced sales tactics here. If you guys do want to learn more, be sure to subscribe on YouTube. I'm going to be releasing a ton more video on that. Shameless plug there for my YouTube. But closing the deal, what it means. If they're interested in your playbook and how it can help them, it's time to make it official. This is when you help them decide to work with you, show them how they can get their own copy of the playbook, or how they can hire you to do it for them, or engage in services to create a custom version for them. Action step here, discuss the specific benefit of your playbook for their unique situation. Offer a consultation call to discuss details, answer the final questions, and guide them on how to get started. Ensure your conversation is helpful, reassuring, and focus on the value they will gain from that playbook. So keys to creating effective conversations: be genuine, always be yourself, and show genuine interest in helping others. Like, people can sense like fakeness nowadays, so you just gotta be real. You just be you. Like, if you know you can help them and you have a solution to help them, there's no reason you need to fake anything. Right? So be genuine, listen carefully. A lot of people try to just talk too much. Like, they try to sell him so much when all the other person just want to do is just like tell the problems and get a solution. Like, that's it. So provide value, share insights and tips that generally benefit them even before they decide to work with you. So don't wait until they pay you to give them value. Give them value first, and then they will pay you. So that's a big lesson for me, and that's how I started Funnel Vibe. That's how I keep growing Funnel Vibe. Just so much value. They want more of what you have to offer. And again, be patient. Building trust and making a sale takes time. Focus on relationship first. Focus on building a relationship, and then sales will come. As much as we want sales to come in immediately, it does take a little bit of time. But think of every little action that you take being a momentum shifter. The more action steps that you take, the bigger the momentum is going to get. So by the time it actually hits, you're going to have just a flood of clients coming to you. And now the moment you've all been waiting for is I'm going to be showing you guys some scripts and a flow chart that you guys can follow to creating a conversation, to baiting them, to hooking them, to closing them. So hopefully you're excited for that. See you guys in the next lesson. Welcome to lesson 4. This is where I show you my power scripts to convert people in the DMs or getting them to at least on a call so you can close them there. So it's a powerful little flow that I created that you guys can use. And I'm just going to remind you some key points here before I show you. Be sure to personalize these, right? So I left them flexible enough to be used on any niche with any offer. So be free to use them for selling your funnels. Maybe you have some other offers that you wanna sell using the same strategy. So adapt and personalize each script to fit the unique context and recipient, ensuring their relevance and higher engagement. Next step focus. So always guide the user to the next step. That's a big thing for me. It's like instead of pushing them straight to the close, you got to push it to the next step, which I showed you guys in the previous lessons. Personal touches. Be sure to add some personal touches. Maybe you see something on their Instagram. Maybe they like going swimming. You can mention stuff about swimming, so you can see how you make it more personalized to them. Conciseness is crucial, so be sure to be clear and direct. I hate it when people DM me and they give me like, "Hey, how are you?" and then they start creating a little conversation, but I know it's leading to a sell. I prefer just telling me upfront, or maybe like saying, "Hey, how you doing? Like, I see you're this, this, and this. Do you mind hearing more about this?" For example, it becomes more personal. Yeah, it's more concise, and me being busy, like I'm more likely to either respond yes or no instead of just dragging the conversation along, which I do not want to do on DMs. So making message just for them. So talk about what they love, dive into their world, find out what excites them. Love, like if they love dogs, if they love gardening, baking, whatever it is, just weave that into your messaging. That way it becomes more personal and they know you actually researched them in the first place. Make it feel like it's just for them. So using a name, obviously if you use a name, they're more likely to know it's a personalized message. But still, adding a name, adding some personal stuff, it becomes more personalized, and they know you actually care and you actually took the time to research them. Plus, it can light up their day if they're having a bad day. Show them the special stuff, so just what they needed. Explain how what you're sharing, a tip, a product, or service is perfect for them. I remember you mentioned struggling with X, and I think this might be just the right pick me up. For example, you could be like, "Hey, well, I'm gonna show you some DMs scripts here, and next, well, when I show you the scripts, for example, like, hey, I see you love fitness." Like it could be you start with the name and hey Jordan, I see you love fitness. I actually just saw that you won this award at this place, and I remember you mentioned that you're struggling getting clients for your personal training business, and I think this one thing that I have now could actually help you. So you can see how it becomes more personalized in that sense. All right, so now you're like telling me to just to shut up and show you the scripts. So that's exactly what I'm gonna do. So let's go ahead and open this up so you can see how. Let me actually zoom out. You can see how this is a quick little flow chart. So it becomes from connecting with them to the next step to the next step to eventually yes or no to eventually closing the deal or handling objections. So let's go ahead and open this up. Again, some notes to remember. Be sure, like I'm gonna give you guys some examples, different variations you guys can use, but don't try to use them exactly word by word. If you feel like they're too long, just use like a sentence out of it or summarize it or just change it to be your own, having your own tone, your own style to them. So this is just like a framework and examples that you guys can use. So be free to break them down. Again, I'm going to say this again. I've been saying this since I started this module. Always take them to the next step. Don't try to close them right away. The next step is getting a conversation after you engage with them. Make them as personal as possible. Don't overthink them. Keep them short and sweet. So don't overthink all this. Like you could try and create the perfect script, and then once you go into the field, they might not work. So just test out a bunch of them. There's endless clients out there that you guys can go after. All right, so let's get started and go into the actual scripts. So openers and networking. So this is you add them as friend, and they accept your request, and now what? Right? It's like yeah, you can wait a little bit. You can start posting content, like their posts, etc. Little things like that, just to create some engagement. But if you do want to outreach them right away, there's 4 different ways that I set up here. So there's different styles I created. So the curious, the friend, the compliment, and the fan. So let's go ahead and open this up. So the curious, hey, quick question. I noticed you've been smashing it with this thing lately. Are you also using funnels for boosting sales or getting more leads right now? Just curious. So you can see you're just getting curious and seeing if they're even using, if they're even interested in that. Another quick one here is a hey name, do you offer this service or this service? So if it's a personal trainer, it'd be like, hey, do you offer in-person training or just nutrition packs? So they're going to tell you what they're offering, and based on that, you can take it to the next step and do a little bit more engaging conversation to interact with them, which is the next step. That, or you can come in as a friend, be like, "Hey, name, uh, seeing your recent project achievement or post on this platform really made me think about how our paths in this industry, it could be like market industry, are shaped by some awesome people we meet. I'm just looking to network with other people in my niche. Super excited to chat and learn more from each other. So this is just introducing you as a friend. So that way, when they see your content, it's like, hey, this guy reached out to me, and he's in the same space. He offers this as well. Or you can go in with a compliment. So maybe you see the profile picture, maybe you see their profile, then you can just go in with a compliment. Be like, wow, name, I was blown away by your approach to this thing I saw on this platform. Your skills are top notch. Could be a designer. You can compliment their design. I'm not here to sell anything, just genuinely impressed and felt compelled to reach out. I'm Bolivar. You can say you enter your name, specializing in this, and that. So this is where we introduce kind of what you do. Like I said, all these have a little bit of touch about what you do, so you at least plant the seed instead of just a random like, hey, how are you conversations. So let's move forward. Would love to chat more about this thing or anything else you're working on. So you can see it becomes more it's personal, yet introduces them to a little bit about what you do. Or if you're trying to reach out to somebody who's already kind of big in the space, or maybe they have a good following, you can come in as the fan. All right. So hey name, big fan here. Came across your specific content work project about this topic, and it got me really inspired. The way you handled this thing was brilliant. So you can see this is a very personal message that you got to research to see what exactly it is that they do. And then enter your name. And while I dig into sales funnels, I'm always looking to learn more from the best in the industry, like yourself. If you're ever up for discussing, a piece of work you found insightful or brainstorming on funnel strategies, I'd be thrilled. Also, if there's anything I can help you with, don't hesitate to shout out. Again, you become very personal. You introduce a little bit of what you do, and then a little call to action, pretty much. So you can see the same framework, just different angles you can come at it, right? So this is just first message, and then there's probably going to be a little bit of interaction. Once you get them interacting, then it's your job to water the seed, make it grow. So you planted the seed here in terms of what you do. Now you really got to start kind of elevating the little pitch to get them to see you as the go-to expert for that specific niche. So here, like I said, you're going to chit-chat a little bit, and then your goal here is to get them to see you as an expert. Don't try to close them. Just try to get them to see you as an expert. Here's 4 different ways you guys can use to do this. The friendly expert. Hey, name, really glad we connected. I've been diving deeper into funnel strategy, especially for folks in this niche. All right, so now you're bringing their niche into what you do. My big mission to make sales process smoother and up those conversions for you. There's a real need for someone who gets the target niche, and I'm all into being that go-to person. There, so you can see you become just a friendly reminder that you know about what you have. Another option here is the collaborative partner. Thanks for the reply. So this is after the reply, and then you enter your name, make it personal. I get super excited about bringing funnel designs to life for the niche. So now you bring their niche in here again. It's more than a job for me. It's about lifting each other up, so they become more inspirational. You relate to them a little bit more. Can you imagine hitting all these sales goals with a bit more ease? All your sales goals with a bit more ease. That's where I come in. Together, we're going to make some serious waves or some serious money. Yeah, I wish I could change it here. Together, we can make some serious impact, for example. So you can, like I said, make these your own, use your own language. So that way, once they do talk to you, they know you actually talk like that. Another option here, the reliable guide. So once they reply and chit chat a little bit, you can be like, hey, so great to hear from you. Enter your name. I'm all about empowering businesses in this niche with clever funnel solutions. It's a game changer to have someone in your corner fully tuned into your specific challenges, right? Well, consider me as part of your team. I'm here to help you navigate this journey with you. So now you come in as a person, as a guide, as a reliable person who can help him go from point A to point B. And let's go to the next one, the go-getter. So the go-getter here. Hey there, name. Thanks, thanks for welcoming me into your inbox. There's nothing I love more than piecing together the perfect funnel strategy for this niche. You bring the niche into it. Now they know you work with that niche. Uh, there's nothing I love more than anything than piecing together a perfect funnel strategy for this niche. Pros like you. Think of me as the extra boost towards hitting your sales targets without the stress. Let's let's get this show on the road and achieve something incredible together. You can even add a question mark. It's like, oh yeah, that sounds amazing. So you can see how all these have a similar framework. It's just different angles you're coming at. So now they start seeing you as an expert here. Now the whole goal here, once they actually see you as an expert, then you bring in your bait. And we talked about bait previously. In this case, our bait is the funnel playbook, a strategy, not the implementation, but the strategy, the education, the your power offer, you could say, right? So now they know you engage with them, you're friendly, they trust you a little bit, they know what you do because you kind of told them what you're expert in, and now you show them your unique solution. So again, 4 different ways you guys can do this: the compliment and introduce. Hey, name, I gotta say, I've been diving into what you do and your reviews. Seriously impressive. It sparked an idea, and I hope you're up for hearing it out. How about I craft a funnel playbook for you? Absolutely free. It's not just any document, it's a 3 to 5 minute video that walks you through our unique strategy to skyrocket your business and outshine competitors in that niche. No cost, no catch. I know it sounds a bit out there, especially with all the spammy offers flying out there, but I believe in showing you the real deal before you decide anything. After seeing your work, I'm convinced that together you can take their industry or niche presence to the next level. Interested in a quick chat about it? So you can see now you're really giving them the bait. It's like you have a unique solution to their problem. Do they want more? If they take the bait, then you hook them. Right? So right now we showing you expert. Now we're introducing bait. After the bait, we got to hook them, which I'm going to show you here in a bit. Another way you can introduce your bait: request more info. You can be like, awesome, glad you're intrigued. Just to be clear, this funnel playbook I mentioned, it's short, 3 to 5 minute video tailored for your business, outlining how a solid funnel strategy can change the game for you. And yep, you guessed it, no strings attached, no hidden fees or surprises. We take a few days, put our heads together, and bam, present you with something we hope you love. If it clicks, we can chat about turning those ideas into reality. Price agreed upon upfront, so there's no surprises. I genuinely believe you're going to like what you see. And hey, I get to hopefully welcome someone as cool as you into our client family. So now you're mentioning client. It's like, all right, this guy has something. Let me hear him out. So what do you say? And now if you have a VA, for example, that you want to do the outreach for you or interact, here's a quick message for that. So it's like, hey, name, straight to the point. My team and I are wizards at crafting strategies that make businesses in niche not just visible, but irresistible. Right now, we're hyped about expanding our reach and showcasing what we do. That's why we're offering to build you a custom funnel playbook. Think of it as a quick video guide completely free. A playbook is your sneak peek into a strategy that could massively boost your business, helping leapfrog the competition without any upfront commitment. I already turned this client's example strategy around. Check out their feedback here. So this is if you have a testimonial, is really add the social proof and credibility. What do you say? So now it's like, yes, do you want a funnel playbook or no? And then here, another option for you guys, the honest observation. So you can be like, hey, name, I couldn't help but notice, insert a main problem you see. Maybe you see the website, they're missing something. Maybe you see something that that could be improved. You add that here, so it becomes more personal. About your current strategy. So I couldn't help but notice, insert main problem here, about your current strategy, and got this kind of wild idea. What if I put together a funnel playbook for you on the house? It's a compact video, 3 to 5 minutes tops, breaking down a strategic plan, crafted specifically to amp up your niche game and get one over on the competition. I'm all about fine-tuning funnels for businesses like yours, and I've got the track record to prove it. Totally risk-free to you, no hidden fees, no obligations. It's a chance for you to see what we're all about. Or you can be like, if you don't have a team, what I'm all about. So you're giving them value first, so they can see that you know what you're talking about. And if you like it, then we can talk about making those concepts a reality. Clear pricing discussed before anything gets rolled out. So they get a free strategy, and you're not going to charge anything. You're going to be upfront with anything. That's what this one's called, the honest observation. You're being honest with everything up front, laying it all on the table. And if they bite, then it's a really hot lead. So what do you say? All right, so you can see how we're progressing from barely connecting with them to getting to see as an expert to baiting them to ultimately want to hook them. So they're either going to say yes or no here, or you can chit chat a little bit more and just try and handle any objections. So here, they're going to either say yes to the funnel playbook or they're going to say no. If they say yes, well, let's actually start with they say no. If they say no, there's a few different ways, a few different things that could be happening. They don't actually need a funnel, or maybe they just think it's too good to be true. Maybe it's like, why is he doing this for free? Why? I know he's going to try and sell me, or whatever it is. I give you guys scripts for those as well, so you can handle those. So let's say they say they don't need a funnel right now. Here's a script that you guys can use. I took a look at your process, which is why I reached out. It's truly impressive to see how well you're doing, capturing leads and making an impact in that industry. But here's the thing. I'm not just about getting you more leads. My focus is on optimizing the journey those leads take through your funnel, enhancing both their experience and your conversion rates. Seeing the amazing reviews about your product or service, I see a unique opportunity with your dynamic reputation and my funnel optimization skills. We can elevate your brand to become the go-to authority in that niche. This isn't about more leads. It's about making every interaction with your funnel count. So now it's like, yeah, I'm getting leads, but what if I can help you get more leads through this system? Then you get them thinking, it's like, maybe I should hear them out. And another one here is it's too good to be true. So here's a way you can respond to that. I completely get the skepticism. We've all heard nothing comes free, right? Let me clarify. I'm eager to prove my value first. I'll start working on improving your funnel risk-free. And this is like through the funnel playbook. Only if you're absolutely thrilled with the enhancement and see the potential for substantial growth, we'll discuss the next step to fully implement the strategies. Right? So you're showing them the funnel playbook so they can risk-free, so they can see if it's even worth it for them. There's zero obligation if it's not up to your alley. We part as friends, no strings attached. This offer is built on my confidence in tailoring high-impact funnels for the niche, delivering unmatched value you won't find anywhere else. Your success in this niche is my goal, and I'm here to show you what's possible. So you can see how you're handling that objection there. There's some people who, after you tell them what you do, and like they're probably going to assume you're trying to sell them, they might not respond. So I give you a script for that as well. So here, let's say they don't respond. You can be like, let's say a month goes by and they don't respond, or maybe they just haven't been responding at all. You can be like, hey again, name. Hope you're doing well. I had a thought while experimenting with some new funnel strategies. Yep, that's my kind of fun. The question that came to mind, I should change that. The question that came to mind was, what if name? So you put their name, and what if name and I put our head together and cook up something amazing that would benefit both of us? Here's the deal. I'd love to get started on a no-cost funnel playbook tailored just for your niche. It's all the insights with none of the price tags. And just to make things even sweeter, I'll throw in a strategy call where we can both share our best dad jokes, or, really dial in on what makes your business tick and how you can boost it. Like I said, this is the dad jokes one. It was just like a random one, just to add a little bit of comedy in there. But you can change it. Like, it might not be funny to you. Missing out could cost you a few $1,000s this month. So now it's like, what am I missing out on? I want more thousand. I want a few $1,000s more. So how about we make it a date, your calendar or mine? So you add a little comedy in that. Like I said, you can always optimize this. You can even run it to ChatGPT to reword it into your style, at least. So that's a negative response. This is a no response. So what happens if they say yes to your funnel playbook? There's two ways you can respond to that. There's a long version and there's a short version. Let me go through the long version first. So you're just going to be like, hey, that's fantastic to hear. And then add the name. I'm thrilled you're interested in taking this step together. To make sure I tailor the funnel playbook precisely to your needs and expectation, I'd love for us to get on a quick discovery call. So now you hook them into a call. It'll give me a better chance to understand your business even better and understand and answer any questions you might have about the whole process. Could you hop on my calendar and pick a time that works best for you? Here's a link. So you add your link. Now they can book a call with you. Or if it's more convenient for you, I put together a short form that will help me gather some initial thoughts about your business and what you're looking to achieve. It won't take more than a few minutes, promise. Here's the link. So maybe some people don't want to get on a call, so you send them a form option as well. They just fill out that form and you create a funnel playbook based on that. Choosing either option will kick off our journey together, crafting a killer funnel playbook designed to help your business and beat the competition. Looking forward to diving deep into your project and making some magic happen. So that's a longer version of this pretty much. This is a short version. This is a quick little message that you will send in the DMs instead of like a long email. So super excited you're on board and enter your name. Let's kick off. Let's kick things off. Could you please book a call here or fill out the form here? It'll help me tailor a funnel playbook perfectly to boost your business. Can't wait to get started in making your project a standout success. I love this one because it's short, sweet, and you tell them what to do next. All right, so now you're gonna get on a call, or they're gonna submit the form submission through either one of these messages, and you're gonna send them. You're actually gonna go out and create a funnel playbook. A funnel playbook, like I said, it's you already have it in place because you built it in module 1, I believe. Right now, you just got to go over and talk with it. You can even have a pre-recorded video that you can share to everybody that requests it, and you just send it to them, and they see the potential of that funnel playbook and how it can help them achieve their goals. So after you send it to them, they're gonna ask you for the price. They're gonna be like, "Hey, like I love the strategy. Like, what's the cost? Like, what's the next steps, etc." Here's one way you can respond to that. From what I understand, you need help with this, this, and this. A project like this would typically cost around this price. So you mentioned a high price, but I can get this done for you at this price, a lower price. So you're price anchoring since you already have this thing. So based on what you research or based on what they told you, it's like, hey, you already have an email list. Like, don't worry, like I can help you like optimize that. Or maybe they already have I don't know, maybe they already have a lead magnet. It's like, hey, just because you already have that, I'm gonna lower the price for this. Since you already have this thing they already have and this thing, I can have it done for you in the next 14 days. It could be 10 days, it could be 7 days, it could be 2 days, whatever it is. So just a quick little framework for you guys. Does this work for you? So you just let them say yes or no. They're either going to say yes or no, which I have some scripts for you guys here as well. So you say yes. They're just going to go in here. Great. I'm excited to work with you. I know you'll be happy with my work. Here are the next step. I'll send you the invoice for the service. You'll fill out a quick onboarding form, which I'm going to show you guys what to do in the fulfillment module, where you can collect off all the information I need to get to. You fill out a quick onboarding form where I collect all the information I need to get this done for you. Then I get started on the project and I'll ask any questions that pop up. Thanks. Or that's it. So now you just got a client, they're ready to pay. I mean, just because you send the invoice doesn't mean they paid. Something you need to follow up a few times, but you at least got them to this point, which is amazing. So now you just say give them the price and they say no. So here, it's a whole, you got to go take some sales lessons in terms of you use YouTube videos, learn how to handle objections, because that's its own little course. This course is being sold just on handling objections. But in this case, you can just respond like, no problem. Is there anything specifically that is holding you back from moving forward with this besides the price? So by asking this question, it's going to let you know if it's just the price that's holding them back or if it's something else. If it's something else, then you got to go and dig deeper, right? Was there anything in the playbook that didn't make sense? So now you're trying to figure out if there was something in the playbook that didn't make sense that you can help them understand so they can actually see the value from it. Again, this section here, this branches could go super deep. There's plenty of resources you guys can use on YouTube and Google that you guys can handle this. However, like I said, I also have my Facebook group where you guys can go ask the community questions there as well. So now, as you saw, we have literally went through the full power scripts, I like to call, on how you can open them, network with them, how you can chit chat and position yourself as an expert, how you can bait them into what you have to offer, and how you can hook them to actually position yourself to either close or not. Let's get back here. So that's pretty much it. Let me see. On the next lesson, I'm going to go into how you can go in and close some deals using some strategies I like to use when I get on these calls and get people all the way down to the end where they're pretty much ready to buy. All right, see you guys on the next one. Welcome to lesson 5. In this lesson, I'm going to show you how you can close the deals. So let's get to it. So the funnel playbook should do most of the selling for you. By this point, you should already show them your funnel playbook or book the call with you to learn more about how you can help them solve their problems. By that point, like I said, you create engagement, you show them the funnel playbook, you either got on a call about it or you sent them a video showing them exactly how it worked, right? So a lot of the selling and like the strategy and the uniqueness of your offer should have been already portrayed through that funnel playbook, Loom video or call. Sometimes they do want to get in a call, and this call is mainly just to know that you're a real person and you actually know what you're talking about. And here's the steps I set up for you guys to follow on the call, and it's pretty much what I do as well when I get on a call. So first, we warm up the conversation, saying like, "Hey," begin by asking how they are. Mention something you talked about before. Maybe they talk about soccer, for example, or fitness, whatever it is. You bring that up just to like warm up the conversation. And usually I'm like, hey, like, where are you located? Because I work with, most of my clients are all over the world. So I'm like, hey, where are you located? And then we start talking a little bit about that. And then you got to kind of stop that and be like, hey, all right, by the way, I only have like 30 minutes left here before I got to get on the call. So let's actually go in and dive deep into the call. Listen to their problems. So be all ears. Now it's time to really listen. Let them tell you what's bothering them or what a big challenge they're facing. It's like being a detective, gather the clues to solve their mystery. So you warm up the conversation, listen to their problems, and then you showcase the solution. So this is, again, if you haven't sent it to them, like this is where you showcase, or maybe you pull up the actual funnel playbook and you adjust certain things based on their concerns. Maybe they're like, hey, what if we create an email sequence that goes after this, this, and that? So now you can go in and actually plug in a lot of those elements to handle that concern they have. So now you have the funnel playbook initially that you created with, that you started with, but then you also add certain things that make it even more unique specifically for them, which this is your magic spell. And then still they might have some other concerns. So this is where you clear the fog. Sometimes they might be a bit worried and not sure about something. This is your chance to really figure that out and clear any doubts. That could be something in the funnel playbook. That could be the cost. That could be whatever it is. So that's an objection that you guys need to handle. After you feel like you got a good handle on things and they understand the full solution, extend your hand to help them with everything laid out clearly. It's time to invite them to join you. Ask in a way that shows you're excited to help them start this adventure. It's not just a yes or no, but a doorway to something great. So it's like, hey, like, yeah, you can say yes, but I'm gonna be with you along the way to help you achieve the success you want. Usually throughout the call, you gotta gauge it. Like the more you do it, the more you're gonna understand it. So some things they start asking you questions that show them that they're interested, but still not like there yet. Like pricing questions, like feature questions. So it shows that they need it, but there's some things that they still want to answers to, which means it shows a lot of interest. It shows like they're ready. They just need answers to those questions. Non-verbal cues. So sometimes on these calls, like they're just excited. Like ever since the beginning of this call, like you can sense the non-verbal communication, or maybe like the tone of voice. They're like, "Hey, I'm excited. Like I'm getting ready to get started. I haven't even told them the price yet." So all those is like, all right, this guy's super warm, and let's actually close this. Digital interactions. So if they actively reply to your emails, if they're submitting forms on your website, for example, like I have my funnel request form, I have a few other forms. If I see they fill all that out, then it's like, all right, this guy or gal is really interested in what I have to do. Let me just handle this and get on a call with them. What really helps is having social proof and testimonials. If you're just starting off, this is hard, obviously, but just having maybe some like a mock-ups that you created for that specific niche, it shows them that you at least know how to do those pages. You already have something built instead of trying to learn with them. All right, so having success stories showcases relatable transformations. Client testimonials shows that you work with other people in the past, and reputation, highlight feedback, and public reviews. So if you're featured in a podcast or if you featured somewhere else, like you can showcase that, and it's like, all right, this person has been in other places, other credible places, so I should trust them too. Using a price anchoring technique. This is my go-to technique, and this is pretty much how I close 95% of my clients, unless they're pretty much just handing me money. So you use a price anchoring technique. So first, I showed this in the script, in the power scripts that I showed you guys in the last lesson. You start off with the high price. I'm gonna show you an example here, but let me just show you kind of the process. So price anchoring sets the stage for perceived value, making your main offer more appealing. So you start off with a premium offer. You introduce your premium service or package first to establish a higher value perception. You contrast that with your primary offer to highlight its value and affordability. And then you can offer strategic discounts based on what you discussed. Maybe they already have an email sequence. Be like, hey, because you already have an email sequence, I'm gonna reduce it this amount. Discounts and bonuses later. So let me show you an example. So from what I understand, you need help with this, this, and this. So it's like you need help with design, copywriting, and setup. A project like this would typically cost, let's say, $5,000. But I can get this done for you at $2,000 since you already have this in place and this other thing, and I can get this done for you within the next 7 days. So you can see you show them you understand what you need. You show them what the average cost would be, but you can get this done for a lower price because they already have certain things, and you're just taking that into consideration. I think 5,000, 2,000 was a little exaggerated, but maybe you can do like something like this would typically charge. You can do something like this would typically cost around $3,000, but because you already have this, this, and this, I can charge you $2,500 or $2,000, whatever that is. So you can see you start off with something, you understand that you know what they need, and you're also considering what they don't need, and then you drop in the cost because of that. So let's go to the next slide. The power of follow-up. As much as we want to close people on the first call or the second call or once after this call or this closing phase, for whatever reason, they may not purchase, right? And this is where the follow-ups come into play. Persistent, thoughtful follow-up will turn a maybe into a yes, keeping leads engaged throughout the decision-making process. So you need to figure out when it is the best time to follow up. Timing is everything. Craft a follow-up schedule that keeps you on the radar without overwhelming them. For example, you could send them value. Be like, hey, like I have this new funnel playbook, or this new strategy that I created. Here it is, you're just giving value. It's like, all right, this guy is really giving value. Maybe one day like he'll work with us. Keep it varied, engaging with emails, calls, and social media, so you can hit them from different angles, right? With SMS, email, social media. Social media doesn't have to be direct; it could be indirect. You can have like a post that really showcases a new strategy, and it's like, all right, now I want to talk to him again. Let me see if this actually helps with me. Well, this actually helps for me. Make it personal. Tailor each message based on previous interactions, showing you pay attention to the value and value the connection. So if they told you they already have an email sequence, be like, hey, I came up with this new offer. It doesn't involve any email sequencing. You can do it yourself. Check it out. We just follow up with them that way. So big thing here is celebrate wins and learning from losses. Every outcome, whether win or loss, is a stepping stone towards refining your sales approach. Especially in the beginning, you're gonna feel lost. You're gonna feel stuck. You're gonna feel like you should have done better. Like it's a mindset game at that point. In the beginning, you should know that you're not gonna close 100% of your calls because you're barely learning in the process. Eventually, you'll get better over time. All right. So a lot of it, like I said, it's a mindset game. Be sure to stay positive when they say no. Keep going forward. Keep posting. Keep adding people to your connection. Keep optimizing your funnel playbook to make it the best that you can. Learning from mistakes. So after you lose a client, for example, or something doesn't go well, learn from it, improve upon it, and just make it better. Improve strategy. Like I said, based on all this feedback, you're going to learn how you can optimize your strategy, whether that's sales, whether that's your funnel playbook, whether that's your content, whatever it is. So you can learn based on feedback. All right, so by now you should at least know how to close a deal. You have the scripts, you have the outreach methods, and now let's say you do get a client, what do you do next? So that's what Module 3 is going to be about fulfillment, how you can deliver your funnel playbook to the client. I'm going to give you the onboarding form. I'm going to give you so much more information that you guys are going to love. So see you guys on the next one. Welcome to Module 3. This is where I'm going to show you how you can fulfill what you promised, which is the funnel playbook or any other funnel services that you promised to the client. Let's get started. What you will be fulfilling, the funnel playbook. You'll be executing your unique funnel playbook you came up with in your niche. And if there was anything else that came up during the sales process that you need to add or remove, again, that's part of the deal. So be sure to include that or remove that, whatever it is. Keep your promise. Your focus should be on delivering strategy and pages you promise. I added this quote here because reputation is everything for me. Like, I don't want to be known as a guy that scams people, that guy that promises something and doesn't deliver. Like, I really want to be the person who actually delivers on what I promise. And if not, like, I don't mind giving the money back. I just want to make sure the client is happy. It takes many good deeds to build a good reputation and only one bad one to lose it. So be sure to be good. Keep your reputation because you can't get that back unless you do tons of work and you don't want to deal with all that. So that's a good quote to keep in mind. And then I added this here because sometimes the funnel world or the funnel building world might be new to someone, and it might be scary. It's like they say you close a client, now what do I do? Like where do I start? Like etc. So I added this in here just because this could be a new funnel building journey for some people. It's good to dive into the known, and it's normal to feel scared. This shows signs of growth, right? It shows signs that you're out of your comfort zone, meaning you're able to expand. If you're able to get past through that, you're able to grow and expand from that. Like I said, that's why I added here beginners blossom. Every pro you look up to started right where you are now, right? I started from an RV. I had no idea what funnels were, and I had to learn everything by myself, Google, and then obviously courses, YouTube, everything. But like I actually put in the time and actually learned how to do all this. So every pro you look up to started right where you are. They didn't have all the answers either, but they took the first step, which is where you are now watching this course. And another thing here, learn by doing. I learned so much more just by doing instead of listening and consuming content. Once you start getting into the actual build out stage or design stage, whatever it is, you learn way faster because now you're in the trenches. You're actually putting in the work and making things happen. Again, here it's like the power of doing, active involvement, tinkering, testing, tweaking teaches you more and faster than just watching or reading could ever could. Celebrating mistakes. So you are gonna make mistakes. Like I know you are. If you're not, then you're a perfect human. Like everybody makes mistakes, and all you gotta do is just learn from them. Right? Learn from them, and then every single day just learn one new thing or improve one new thing. Imagine each mistake as a stepping stone. The journey to mastery is about walking across these stones, learning a bit more in each step. So now we're going to go to lesson number 2, where I'm going to show you how you can onboard a new client once you get to that point. All right, see you guys in the next one. Welcome to lesson 2. In this video, I'm going to show you how you can onboard a client and start moving them through the fulfillment process. So what are the benefits of onboarding? You can set expectations, right? It lets them know what to expect next. You can build trust. It shows that you have a process when it comes to building these out. It streamlines communication, meaning there's no necessary back and forth with specific questions because you want to collect everything up front, which is step number 4 here, collect all the information and improve efficiency. So now you have a standardized procedure that you can use to, every time you get a new client, you can just send out the same email, for example, which I actually give you here. You can go ahead and read it if you pause the video, but I'm also going to share this document here, which includes that template that you can use when you onboard. It pretty much just welcomes them to your process, gives them the onboarding form, and then lets them know they can contact you if they have any questions. And then the onboarding form questions, I know you're probably wondering about that. I'll also give them to you here on this document. So I like to keep things pretty simple. I do have a form that I send them to and I embed it on my website. So it's like funnelvibe.com/client onboarding, and they can go out and fill it out themselves. You can do that as well. You can just use Jotforms or use any other form builder like Google Forms where it also work. Input these questions into that onboarding form and then just send it out every time you get a new client. So high-level overview, I'm not going to go over each question. You can go read over these, but pretty much a high-level overview. Let's try to get business information. So what's their name? What's their business name? Do they have a slogan? What's the primary objective of their business, etc.? Design. My business is built on design, so I like to really emphasize this in the beginning stages so that their creative brain is still working at this point before they start filling all this out. So I asked their colors, any examples of themes or websites they want to model after, any font preferences, any other design elements they want to add. Solution. So this is pretty much just covers the offer. What's the solution they're offering to their customers. Target audience. Who is it that they want to sell this to? So this allows us to create good copyright and targets their audience. Credibility. So what credible things do they have? What credible factors do they have? Do they have testimonials? Do they have case studies? Why should people trust them to work with them over other people? So we use all this information and build it out on the sales page. I think that's pretty much it for this lesson. This is a quick little overview. I'm going to share the document, so go ahead and download it. On the next lesson, we're going to go over how you can create copywriting using AI, which is an exciting new world we're into right now. All right, see you guys in the next one. Welcome to lesson 3. In this lesson, I'm going to show you how you can leverage AI to do your copywriting, not only saving you money, but saving you time in the process. All right, let's get to it. So why use AI for copywriting? First, it's very efficient and it's very fast. So you can do this within an hour or two. You can write a copywriting for a sales page. It's cost effectiveness. So instead of hiring a copywriter, you can go ahead and build it out yourself, like write it yourself. Obviously, you need to have a little bit of copywriting experience, maybe do some research on YouTube in terms of some structures, like the best practices. If not, you can always just write it yourself and then have a copywriter review it, which is still going to be cheaper than if you hire him to do it itself, like the full page itself. Consistency. So over time, the more clients you get, the better the structure is going to become. So you're able to create a more consistent flow to create better copywriting. Scalability. So you can scale as if you get more clients. You already have a framework, which I'm going to show you, and you can use that to scale and make things more efficient without having to hire even more copywriters. So some drawbacks of using AI. It's not just positives. Sometimes it lacks empathy. So AI cannot fully grasp human emotions, affecting the content reliability. So this is where your human touch comes into play and optimize some of the sections on there to make sure it's relevant for the audience. Predictability. So there's some tools out there that can detect AI writing. So that's some of the drawbacks of this, but you can always improve upon it if you add that human touch. Risk of inaccuracy. So as much as we want AI to do most of the work, it doesn't know everything, right? Especially if it's a client's project, they know more. The client knows more about the niche than AI does, and unless you give it good input, which you can do based on the onboarding information that you get from the client. The steps to make an AI work for us. So we got to create a framework. We're going to develop a reusable framework for various clients that we can use for various clients. We're going to write copy, use the AI to draft initial copywriting, and then we're going to optimize it. So you're going to add a human touch to improve the copywriting. So you use a framework to write the AI copy, and then you optimize it. All right, so I know you're ready to get started. Let's create your first framework. So you got to find a page to model after. You can look for one that offers something similar to what you offer. It doesn't have to be in the same niche. It could be something completely different because we're going to turn it into a framework that we can use for any niche and any client. We're going to create a framework. We're going to transform it into a reusable AI framework that we can use for projects. Let's write your sales page. So there's two methods that I like to use. Well, I like to use the multi-step because it's more accurate. That's why I said recommended, but this is just one for, I don't know, if you're lazy and you just want to not put in the full work, then this would be ideal. However, I really recommend this one, which I'm going to go into right now. So let's go ahead and go here. So this is the Notion document that I created that has a framework. You should have access in a link down below that we can access and copy and paste. Again, we got to find a page. So research competitor, find a great offer that are not in a niche. It can be a niche, but it doesn't have to be. You can model after them for other niches. One step script. So this script is pretty much if you want AI to build out a full framework with one link. So you give it this prompt, you add the link to the page, and if you use ChatGPT, for example, they can read websites, so it's going to go and figure out the structure, bring it back into here, and then create a structure for you. I don't like it because it's not very accurate, but I just want to add it in here. I'm going to use this one, the multi-step script. The multi-step script is one where you give it a script and then you give it section by section, and it turns that section into a framework that we can reuse in the future. So let me read this out for you. It says, I'm modeling the copywriting from a sales page that really resonates with me. And my goal is to transform it into a flexible, reusable framework suitable for multiple niches. Please add placeholders for niche-specific details where necessary. I'll provide you with the copywriting for each section of the page individually, and I need you to create a corresponding framework for each one at a time. And then we're going to save the output into a document. So I went ahead and opened one here. So it's hitbombs.com. We worked with them in the past, and you can see it's typical little sales page. Big promise up here. We highlight some of the pain points you're feeling lost for not having a plan. Here's our unique solution. We have the hip bomb pillars, swing, speed, and fitness. We go into more. We introduce the coaches, the offers, etc. So I'm not going to go through everything. I'm just going to show you a high level overview of how this works. So I don't use ChatGPT, the actual platform. I use ChatGPT through here. It's called an app called magi.co. I can choose between various different AI tools. We can use all these, Claude, Llama, Gemini, which is Google's. I just like using ChatGPT 4 for this one. So you can do the same thing on ChatGPT platform without using Magi. I'm just going to use this because I'm used to it. So you're going to have a document open. So you can have maybe a Google Doc or Notion document here on the side. I'm just going to do like sales page framework. I don't want to export. and then you'll just type it here. So in this case, that's what I like about this tool. You can have a document and you can have the AI on one side, but you can also do it in a Google Doc. So let's go ahead and grab this multi-step framework. Let's just grab it, paste it in here, hit paste. And now let's see what it says. Of course, Bolivar, I'm here to help you craft an adaptable framework for your sales page. Please provide me with the copywriting for the first section, and we'll start working on transforming it into a flexible, reusable template. So now let's go back to our sales page that we like. Let's grab the first section. Go back here. Just paste the section, just how you see it, and watch the magic happen. So you can see now it turned what we gave it into a section, into a reusable framework that we can use for other. So key benefits. So it's adding more information here, which I don't like. I just want this. So you can see don't leave key benefit on the table, action verbs and desired outcome. So we can even start formatting over here like a sales page. Probably gonna add that. Desired. What if I told you that you can achieve benefit 1 and achieve benefit 2 with this product? You will learn from experts in this field and permanently change every aspect of this related area. So now you can see we have a framework here that we can use. I like to add a little lines there. And now we can go back, and because it already knows we're going to give it another framework, we're just going to paste it in there and just wait for it to do the magic. I like to, it doesn't add buttons, so I put like button, or like CTA button here. Hit enter in that. So now you can see it gave me this section here. Feeling lost from not having this strategy plan? Are you unsure what to work in this area? Sick of watching this, and this? So let's go ahead and copy that. Like I say, you would have to find one that's really relevant to your niche. For this one, I just did it for example purposes. But you can see I start building a framework that we can reuse. Now you're wondering, how do we reuse this one somewhere else? That's where we go into this step here. Initiate copy vibe. You feed onboarding information. You use the framework structure that you built. And I give you an example here for a course. You make it more natural, more human-like. Other prompts to optimize the sales page. So let's go ahead and do that. All right, so I refreshed everything here to start from scratch. We're just gonna go in here to this prompts. We're gonna initiate copy vibe. So copy vibe is just you're making it into a expert copywriter. You can read over it once you get a chance. Pretty much just says, hey, you're an expert copywriter. You're knowledgeable and effective communication, ability to use words creatively and persuade the engaged reader. You help the user craft compelling headlines using concise and clear language and ensure the message is compelling and relevant to the reader. Acting as an experienced copywriter and write a sales page to our offer. But first, let me give you some information and context about our business so you can make the copy more specific. Reply understood if you got it, and then nothing else. So you're just going to give it that prompt. And it's just going to say, it should just say understood. There you go. So now what you're going to do is you're going to give it the onboarding information. So once you have the onboarding information from the client, you're going to paste it in here. So let me grab one real fast. All right, so I grabbed this onboarding information from a previous client. She's selling a med spa course. So she's teaching women how they can start their own med spa, pretty much. I'm just going to copy that and paste it. So it's waiting for my onboarding information here. I'm just going to paste it and then see what happens. So it's going to try and write the copywriting right now. However, that's not what we want. We will have our own framework that we're going to use. And it uses typical AI language like unlock, elevate, transform, which is not good. Like all this is really very AI-ish. It's a robot writing this. So we're going to let it do its thing. We're going to come here. And this is where we actually give it our own framework. So let's wait for it to finish doing its thing over here. So I guess it finished. So now instead of I just ignored that message. I'm just going to go in here I will give you a piece. I'm gonna copy this prompt and then paste it. So I'll give you this piece. I'll give you a piece of framework I want to use one by one, and you're going to continue the sales copy for that specific section, including the headline and additional text that models after the section from that framework given. Reply understood if you understand. You can grab that, you can paste it, hit paste, and now it should say understood. And what you're gonna do, so you're gonna create your own framework up here. You're gonna create a Google Doc or have it somewhere where you can save it and reference it. And it's gonna look something like this, right? So this is one I did from another sales page. Yeah, the big promise over here. We have relatability section, pain points. We let them imagine what it would be like if we were to fix those pain points. Testimonial. So you can see this is a full framework that we can reuse. This is for a course specifically. So now that it knows, we're gonna give it a framework. We're just gonna copy that, paste it, and now it's going to start writing our sales page for us. So what if you could master non-invasive body sculpting without overwhelming traditional medical courses? So you can finally achieve this, this, and this. So you can see now it gave us a section in there. I don't like how it's giving us all this information, which I'm going to tell it not to. So that way it doesn't have to give us all this fluff that we don't need. In the meantime, I'm just going to grab this since this is what came from the framework. You're going to start building a little sales page here on the side. Again, it doesn't give me buttons, so I'm just going to put like start course now. Add a section like a separator. You see now it gave me the text without all that fluff. And now because it knows we need another section, I'm going to copy that section. I'm going to go like, here is the next section, semicolon, hit enter. And now look at the magic happen. Does this sound like you? You're passionate about the beauty industry, but you feel stuck offering the same services as everyone else, struggling to stand out in the crowd market. Despite your ambition, the thought of going back to school, so you can see this one actually added the button, which is pretty cool. And now it knows it's waiting for another section. So imagine this. Let's go here. Here is the next section. Paste. So you can see we're building a full sales page right now, which is with AI based on another framework that you model after. And like you got to make this your own. Like this framework that I gave you guys, it's a model after another one, but I changed the wording so it makes it kind of more unique, but still follows a similar structure. And then again, so this is the first draft. After you get the first sales page done, then you got to go in and actually make it your own. So that's when you add your human touches, add some more elements into it, just to make it your own. So imagine this. What if this, and this? So you can see you start building a sales page. I'm not going to go through everything, but you can see, you get the point. You start building a full sales page here, which is what we want. So now let's say you go in and actually complete the full framework. You want to make it more natural. So what you do, you're going to grab the full first draft. You're going to feed it back into it. Let's say I think I have a prompt for this. Yeah, so hey, copywriter, thank you for helping me write the sales page. I'm now going to feed you the full sales page to remind you of the structure. After you review it, I'll give you a new prompt that will help me make it more human. Below is the full text. After you're done reviewing it, please reply, I'm ready to make it more human. So you're going to grab this copy. You're going to put the full sales page here. So everything you wrote here is going to go right under there. And then it's going to be like, I'm ready to make it more human. Then you're going to grab this prompt here, which like I said, I made it here. You can update it. Here I make it conversational, engaging, humorous, when appropriate, and persuasive. So you can change this to make it your own tone. If you want to make it more funny, if you want to make it more professional, just change it and just paste this text, and it's gonna make it way more human. You're gonna love it once you start playing around with it. After that, you still might think that it might not be perfect. So here's some other prompts that you guys can use. Can you expand on this area? So can you expand on the problems area? For example, here's what we have now, but we want to improve it to do this thing. And then you paste that section in the bottom. or like, can you give me more sections for? Can you give me 3 more options for the headline, for the main headline, for example, the main headline in the first section? Or can you rewrite this headline and make it this, this, and that? So that's pretty much a high level overview of how all this works. And I say you guys go play around with it. It's trial and error. You're not gonna get it right the first time. The more you play around with it, the more you speak to it and improve upon it, you're definitely gonna get better first drafts. And then obviously you gotta go in and optimize it to make it your own. All right. So hopefully you guys like this session. I wasn't gonna include this because it's a lot of value, but I was like, I have to give you guys value so you guys can trust me. But yeah, I'm excited to go into the next section, lesson number 4, which I'm gonna teach you how you can design your funnels. See you guys in the next one. Welcome to lesson 4. In this lesson, I'm going to show you how we can design funnels using some formulas that I created. But first, let me just show you kind of what these are. So how are we going to design these funnels? So we're going to use the vibes formula and the ICEO formula. These are formulas that I created for my course, which you guys can go and research more if you want. But it's pretty much just high-level overviews of how those are used. So let's actually go in there and just show you how this works. So these are the acronyms of visual structure, images, body, energy, and spacing. I have a spreadsheet which I'm going to show you here in a bit. So first, we go in and review and analyze the page structure and sections, which you should have done in the past when you're reviewing elements from other pages and competitors and their clients' pages, etc. Images. So what images are they using? Are they using like happy people? Are they using like happy people? Are they using illustrations? What type of images are they using? Body. So what type of headings are you using? Are you using buttons? What are you using? Input fields, etc. Energy. So are you using colors, gradients, font sizes? What type of energy are they using that make it like pop out, right? You give it that vibe. The spacing, are they using a lot of white space, margins, paddings, etc.? So here's a spreadsheet that you're gonna get access to. If you can just make a copy in the link down below. So what we're gonna do, you can see we have the vibes method here on the side: visual structure, images, body elements, energy, and spacing. We have your niche, we have similar strategy, and original website. So here we're going to go in and find other competitors in the niche. For example, if you're doing personal training, go out and see what other personal trainers are using for their landing pages and look at the visual structure. Like, do you like that they have before and afters? Before and afters, do they have like a video? Do they have I don't know, just visual structure in terms of like review structure, sections of the page, what section are they using? Which all this should have been done in like module 1 when you're looking at elements, but you can add more here just for design purposes. For example, like heading has like a background video playing, or like the problem point has animated image, whatever it is. Like anything in the structure that you think you like. Images, go in and look at the images. Are they using like, I don't know, fit people? Are they using just women? Are they using etc.? Like, just add it here. Body elements, what body elements do you like from those pages? Energy, do you like the gradients or you custom shadows? What is it that you're using on the vibe, the energy from the page that you really like and you would want to implement into yours? Spacing, are you using white space? Like, what type of spacing are they using? Similar strategy. So you do the same thing here, but instead of looking for other websites or landing pages in your niche, you just look for generic landing pages that you like. For example, see, you're focusing on personal trainers here. Maybe you find an e-commerce landing page that you like the vibe of and you want to kind of model elements after that. So you do the same thing. You go through these elements, you fill out these cells here, and then you go to your website or your branding if you don't have one, and you just add elements that you want to include in the design. So now you have elements from the same niche, you have elements from pages that are not your niche, and you have elements that are like yours, that you like yourself, right, from your branding. So now you're gonna have a full list here. It doesn't have to be all completed. It's just like I said, this is like a notes place where you can add some notes, and based on all this, then you can craft up your designs. So let's go back here and go down to the ICEO formula. So the VICE formula goes in combination with the ICO formula, and I'll show you why. The ICO formula is a way to master a step-by-step process for designing and building funnels. So this doesn't just include the design, but also the build-out process. So here, let me just show you what this means. So the ICO means information, competitors, elements, diagram, creative, execute, and optimize. So information, these 2 steps you should have done already. So information is like go identify your niche, the audience, the call to actions they have, who they speak to, etc. So you should have all this information because you develop a funnel playbook around that. Competitors, you already did a few competitor research in the market research module, so you should have something. You should already have a lot of this information. This is where it gets into design elements. So elements, what elements will your brand or client's brand need to have? Use the buy method. What elements do you like from your competitors' pages? So use the buy method. So you would use all these elements that you did research on and create your own design. I'll show you. I'll go into Canva and Figma as well. Show you guys 2 different ways you guys can do all this. And then we're gonna go and create a diagram. After you create a diagram or like a quick little mock-up, then you can add some creative. So add the graphics, any images, any colors, etc., to just make it super unique. And then you export those files, and that way you can build it on the platform, which is the next step. You execute your design on System.io or other platforms. And then we're gonna go and optimize it. So if you need to add custom shadows or animation or whatever it is, then you do that last, right? So you first build it and then you do that. So now you're probably wondering like how do we design this? So you should already have information and competitors. Now the elements here, which you're gonna do here based on this the spreadsheet, and now a diagram. So let's actually open up Figma first, and then we'll go into Canva. So in Figma, you can create these frames, which you can easily do. You just press A, and then I like to use the 16:9, 1920 by 1080, since it's a standard screen size for a desktop. So that way, that's the size of this wide, and I just stretch it out a little bit. So that should be something like this. All right. So what you're gonna do, and what I like to do, I already have a lot of these pre-built. However, just in your case, because you're doing a lot of research on this and you have to build your own, you just create a little high-level overview here, like what's the big benefit that they're going to get, the pain point, and a lot of this is based on the copywriting that you created as well. So you should already have a lot of this, just so you know. It's like the big benefit, and then we have a pain point, and then we introduce service, whatever it is. Then you can go in and actually build this out within Figma. So you can add like a headline, you can add some text, you can add buttons, and you can add placeholder images. And you can see how you can quickly start building out a design. You just scroll this down, and now let's say we have like the element here. So you add your pain point headline. Obviously, this would probably be like a little smaller, probably like 75. Pain point. And then you probably center this. Maybe you have some text that goes here. Center that as well. You can start building it out here. After you do this, so let's go back to the module. So it's like right now you create a wireframe blueprint, a basic structure for the design and what it would look like. All right, so it's like the structure. You're not adding any images or colors yet. Building the structure, and then you go back and actually add images. So maybe you like, based on this, you saw that you like happy women working out outside, for example. I don't know. You come up with something here. Then you can find the images and add it here, and then you can see how it starts building out. Now you're probably wondering like what happens in the case if you want to export the images and actually build it out, since we can't really transfer this. So let's say we have already a design designed here on Figma. Like I said, I'm going to go into Canva here in a bit. Let's say you already have the design ready. You added the colors, you added the images, you know how everything's going to be laid out. Then you can export each individual image separately. For example, this is the background image here. This is the individual image here. We have the icons, background gradient, which we can do with CSS on the platform, but in this case we use the images. You can see how we just break it down into small pieces, and now we can export all these images, and now we have all the assets to go and build out the page on System.io or any other platform. So this is the way you would do it on Figma. Now if you go to Canva, what I like to do, just start off from, you could start off from a template that they have. I hardly use Canva. It's been a while since I used it for design purposes. We use Figma a lot, but I just want to share this side of things since it's another method you guys can use to design. So let's say, for example, let's say we like this one. You can see it already gives you the images, it already gives you a gradient background, and you just want to build it on system.io. So it's not an easy way to do it like in Figma, where you can just like have a little area on the side where we can export all the images. In this case, what you're gonna have to do, and what I would suggest you do, you create two different designs here. So you click here. I would have this, let's see, 1920 by 1080 open, and I would have this Instagram post 1080 by 1080 open. So you open two brand new designs, and you should have these two blank canvases here. So now what you can do is, let's say you like this design and you want to model after you let's say you created this, right? You added the heading, you added the buttons, you added these images, and you like how it looks here, but now you want to go ahead and build it on system.io. So what you can do is you can just click the background, copy that, go here, and just paste it here. So now you have the background image. And we can do the same thing with this image here. We just grab the two elements, copy that, but now I would paste it in this one. So I would move that, make that big, center that, open up a new one, and then go down and let's find another image that's custom. This one doesn't have too many custom images. So I like that one. This one has the text right there. So let's copy that, paste. And I can make this bigger. And now you have two custom images here that you can export. You have a background image that you can export. And now you can go ahead and go build it out on system.io using this as a reference, right? And then also, I mean, if you do want to start from scratch, the design, what you can do, like I said, you can just open up a presentation mode like this. Just add pages. For example, let's say this is your main header, pre-built like little text and elements that we can use, which is pretty awesome. So let's say we want to use that. Let's say this is a heading. Then we can add like an image. Right, and like this is just that basic high-level overview. I just want to show you how it works. You can go down, and now this could be like a pain point section, and this could be like another section. So this is just to give you a rough idea that you guys can do something similar to what you do here on Figma. Figma is a little bit more advanced, but like I said, I'm trying to show you guys different ways, that simple version, cost-effective version, and then the more advanced version as well. And again, you would just do this, export the images, just how I showed you, and yeah. So now that you have the diagram, you create a diagram, then you moved on to create the creative. So you mainly designed it, you added images, you added colors, you added everything you need to do to make it look good. Then your job is to export them and then execute. So this is where you build on system.io. You build a design on system.io or any other platform, and then you got to go and optimize it, which I'm going to show you. I'm going to give you some pre-built canvases you guys can start off with on the next lesson. Tools to use, like I said, you can use Figma, it's super flexible with the graphics, advanced designs, more training needed. If you do need help with that, there's tons of YouTube videos that you guys can learn from. They don't want to go too in depth with that here. For Canva, like I said, I just showed you guys how to use that. Easy to start off with, tons of templates, it's cost effective. And again, here's the process. So you're going to get inspiration from templates, resources, you're going to modify them, and then you're going to export them individually. All right, so that's it for this lesson. In this next lesson, I'm going to show you how you can build all this out on system.io and give you guys some resources to help you launch these designs faster. Welcome to lesson number 5. In this video, I'm going to show you how we can build out your designs and get one step closer to delivering your project to a client. So we're going to be using system.io to build it out because it's a reliable platform. I've been using it for the past 3 years without any issues. I built my whole business around that. So 95% of my business is built on system.io, from my courses to my website to my funnels to my digital products. It's all hosted there and run by there. And I built over 100 funnels on there for clients. So it's super reliable and super flexible. And I really recommend you guys sign up for it. If you guys haven't signed up, go ahead and sign up using the link below, which I also give you guys some templates you guys can use when you sign up under my link. So understanding the builders. So right now I'm going to show you a system.io builder. I'm going to show you some page types and elements, element settings, automations, and SEO settings. And I'm not going to build out something crazy for you. I'm just going to show you the the high level overview, and I'll show you where you can find in-depth tutorials on how you can build a landing page from scratch. So here I'm in my system account. If you go to create, let's just create a let's say your masterclass funnel. And here you have different options. Here you can build an audience, you can sell a product, you can create a custom one, run an evergreen webinar. Depending on which one you choose, it's going to pre-add different pages to your funnel. So if you run a webinar, it's going to add those pages. If you add build an audience, you can add like a squeeze page and a thank you page. In this case, I'm just going to do custom. I'm just going to do this. You're going to open up a funnel. And now here you can see it's an empty page. You got automation rules, A/B testing, stats, leads, sales, deadline settings. What you got to worry about here is choosing the right page type. So if you are doing an opt-in page, for example, you would choose a squeeze page. If you're using a full sales page, then you would use a sales page. If you're adding a checkout, for example, you're going to use an order form. So you can see, choose the best page type based on whatever it is you're building, because different pages have different elements. For example, if you add the order form and you try and build an opt-in page on it, it won't let you because it needs a payment system, an order order button, for example, in there. And if it doesn't have that, it won't let you save it, right? So be sure to choose the right one. In this case, let's just choose like sales page. Let's put, you can name it here, sales page. And then here they give you tons of different templates you guys can use, which is pretty awesome. You can go in here. I usually click 30, and then you can go and see which one you like. So this one looks pretty good. You can preview it. You can select it, which automatically imports it into this section. So now you can go to edit page. And now it's going to open up the editor. So this is where you're going to spend a lot of your time building if you build it from scratch. So let's go ahead here. You can see if you hover over these elements, it's going to highlight a box. So green means a section. That's the outer section of that element. For example, this section goes all the way down here. And then this would be another section. So here you can change this element. So you can click on section. It's going to open up these settings, element settings here on the side. So it looks like it's using an image as the background. So we can remove that image. You can see it changed it. And now you can add a different color. For example, you can do purple, which won't look good there. Let's do black. Or you can also add an image. If you hover over the blue, it's going to give you the row. So this is like a 3-column row. You can click on that, and it's going to open up the element settings here on the side. So this affects just that row. So if you want to add a padding to that row, you can do that here. You can change the color of the row. So maybe you want to do like purple. You can do a bunch of things here based on that. And then if you go in even further and you hover over the orange elements, this is element specific setting. So you can just click on this. Usually I like to click on this tab, even though you don't have to. And this is going to be specific to that element. For example, here we can reduce the font size, the line height, background color, margin, right? So we can push it down or up, padding, etc. Now they recently added a gradient feature to the buttons. So now you can click on a button, go to the colors, and you can choose solid or gradient. And if you choose gradient, then you can like choose one of these. So maybe you want to make this red. You can see it change that button to red. They also added a hover element recently, which go down here. You can hover over the button, and it's going to change the color that you set here. And yeah, that's pretty much how you use the page builder. Another thing I like to check before I exit the page or before I deliver a project is if you go to settings, you scroll down to search engine optimization. Make sure to uncheck hide from search engines, because obviously it's not going to be indexed by Google, which is not good unless you don't want it to be searched on Google. And then make sure to optimize the title, description, keywords, and author. And importantly, here it's a social image. The social image is what, when people share it like in a messenger or like through their phones, you see that little preview image. That's the social image. So I really recommend adding that. Otherwise, I think the system adds their own logo, which if you want to have your own branded link, then I don't think it's ideal. So yeah, I mean, you can also add Facebook events, so your tracking code and stuff here for this page specifically. So I just want to show you that if you do want to get more instructions on how you can build a page from nothing to a full build out, I do have in-depth tutorials on my YouTube channel. So if you go to my YouTube channel, is you just Google Bolivar Muniz. I'm also going to link it down below. I have videos like this. This one's 43 minutes. This one's like 30 minutes. And I literally start from nothing, like a blank canvas, which I showed you. Well, I don't think I showed you here, but empty canvas, and I build out a full design by breaking out the images and actually uploading them onto the platform and show you how you can add the spacing, add the padding, mobile optimize it, and just make it good to deliver to a client. I'd rather send you there because it's already there in the first place, and it does take a lot of time to create these. Like I said, this one's 43 minutes, this one's 30 minutes, and you guys can get multiple designs to view at as well. And also another thing here in the tutorial behind the scenes, there's some times where I'm working on designs here on my computer. If you want to see behind the scenes content, me actually working like in real time, you can go to my Instagram, which I'm going to link down below as well. It's more behind the scenes. And then if you want more in-depth tutorials, the YouTube would be great for you. And to make things easier for you, I'm going to give you some bonuses here, which I wasn't thinking of doing, but I figured why not, just to help you guys launch your funnels faster and deliver your projects faster. So what you're going to do is I'm going to give you a lead funnel, which has an opt-in page and a thank you page. Tripwire funnel has squeeze page, sales page, upsell, order form, and confirmation page. A course funnel, checkout page. A course funnel, which includes a sales page, checkout page, and a thank you page. And these are pretty much just, they're canvases. So meaning they're empty, right? They don't have design, they don't have images. So what you're going to do is you can download them, import them into your account, change the colors, add images, add text, and it's done. Like, it's simple as that. And all these links are going to be linked down below. So you just click on it. You should have your system.io account already open, and you're going to automatically get these funnels imported into your account right away. All right, so that's pretty much it for this lesson. On the next lesson, I'm going to show you how you can deliver a project. I'm even going to give you an email template that you can use to deliver it. So see you guys on the next one. Welcome to lesson number 6, the last lesson of this module. In this video, I'm going to show you how you can deliver a project. So if you're here and you made it to this point, you pretty much got a full client, you built out a whole funnel for them, and now you're ready to deliver, which is an exciting feeling. So what you need to deliver, we need to do some final checks, and then we're going to create a Loom video. We verified that everything works before we deliver, and then we create a Loom video around that to make sure they understand what was built and how they can use it. Otherwise, they're going to start mentioning you questions. It's going to take time away from you, which we don't want. Delivering the project. So we're going to send them an email. We're going to include a Loom video in that email, and we're going to document, we're going to deliver all the files that we used for the project as well. That way they get everything they need within one email. So here's the template that I use. I'm actually going to give you access to that as well. In one of the previous lessons, I gave you this document. If you scroll down, you're going to see project delivery email. So you can go ahead and read that. We include a Loom video, the necessary files, etc. And then I'll show you what that other one is. So let's scroll down. Here's one big one that a lot of people miss. So after you deliver a project and they're happy with it, why not use that as an opportunity to create a case study, or maybe get a testimonial, or just feedback in general, so that we can use to get more clients in the future. So I'm also going to give you a template that you can use to get feedback. Get feedback and testimonials. So this is a email that I like to send out when I deliver a new project. That way we can get testimonial. I like to do video because it really showcases the person and makes the person real instead of just text. Anybody can create text and add it to their website. So here I even added some templates, like a structure they can use if they want to do a video. So like, what obstacles were they facing before they work with us? How did our product address their needs? Can they share specific improvements or results they've seen since we delivered? What was it like collaborating with us? Would you recommend me to other people, and why? So these are the basic questions that they should answer on them. And then we even give them some suggestions. Just use a smartphone if you don't have a professional camera. Just make it 1 or 2 videos long. Keep it short and sweet, etc. So here's a template that you guys can use as well to deliver the project. And that's it. After you deliver the project and you get feedback, you're done with the client, and you can go on to the next one and start making more income. Which takes me to module number 4, which I'm going to show you the strategies and break down the numbers for you on how you can scale this to 10K and start your new funnel business. All right, see you guys on the next one. All right, everybody. So pretty much right now, you just went through the full course where I teach you how to find your niche, how you can get clients, and how you can deliver your projects. In this video, I'm going to go over kind of the income potential when it comes to building funnels and selling them for profit. So let's get started. So maximizing revenue with the funnel playbook. So selling your funnel playbook as a standalone product is a stepping stone of your business model. It's about providing immediate value and establishing expertise. Here's how it breaks down. So on average, these funnel playbooks, or a funnel, right, is a strategy that can help a client achieve the end result. Depending on the niche and the offer and what you're including in it, the cost can vary. Usually, what I've seen is between 1 to 5K. I've seen people selling for 10K, but that involves more involved work. And then it involves targeting higher quality people, which you can do as well. But for this one, I just want to keep it simple on the range between 1 and 5K. Right now, my average funnels are between $2,000 and $3,000. I just put 2.5K here. So let's say you do 4 clients a month. That's 10K that you can do. But let's say you do like 1K funnels, then you need 10 funnels to make 10K. However, there's other ways you can maximize and increase the average order value from each one of these funnels, which I'm going to show you here in the next slide. But before I show you the other offers that you can introduce, it's always important to take one step at a time. I've shown you guys in the past in the sales process where we're not trying to sell everything right away. We're trying to sell them that one next step, the next offer, the next step in the journey. In this case, let's focus on selling the playbook first, since you have the strategy behind it. Make the initial sale about the funnel playbook. This establishes the value you bring and starts building a relationship centered on trust and results. Because by this point, you have a proven funnel strategy, playbook, design, whatever it is that you can sell them right away. And it avoids you having to start off with like tons of other offers. I've seen people offer like Facebook ads, SEO, funnel, like all these other things, which the client might not even need. All they need is results. So the funnel playbook shows them how they can do that. After you sell them that, or you find out more information about them, then you can start introducing other offers. Once the playbook is either underway or the client needs are fully understood, suggest additional services that complement the playbook, enhancing the overall results, which also improves the amount you can charge for them. So here are some complementary services you can offer. You can help them build an email list, so develop strategies and implement tools to grow and manage email lists effectively. This includes lead magnet creation, sign-up forms integration, segmentation for personalized communication. So maybe they have a bunch of traffic coming in, and they need help like separating which people are interested in one offer, what other people are interested in another offer, and then run emails campaigns to those specific people. So you can start off charging between $500 and $1,500 per month on these, and it's more you get to continue optimize for that. Conversion rate optimization. So this is conducting thorough analysis and testing on the funnel. So it could be A/B testing, user behavior analysis. Maybe you can see where they're leaving in the funnel. You can suggest different ways to improve that, so they can get more people through the funnel and ultimately increases conversions. Benefits of this increases the effectiveness of the funnel, leading to more leads and sales with the same amount of traffic. Right. So same traffic, more conversions, client happy. You can charge between $500 and $1,500 a month for this as well. Advanced automation solutions. So this is if you want to add CRM, SMS marketing. Maybe they want to have some bots. They want to have, social media posting automated, whatever it is. You can start charging for more automations, especially if you're using tools like System.io, which they can integrate with Zapier. Maybe you can use other tools like GoHowever, whatever it is. You can charge for this because it's more advanced automation than like a basic sales funnel. The benefits of this, it frees up the client's time by automating repetitive tasks, allowing them to focus on growth and customer interaction, which they'll be happy if you give them more time because everybody is just super busy. Depending on the type of automation setup, like usually these are just one-time setups because you set it up once and the automation doesn't work by itself. So depending on that, you can charge between $500 and $2,000. Here's a big undervalued one that I feel a lot of people are missing the boat on. So let's say you build a course funnel for somebody, and they have an audience that is also willing to share it and get a commission from that. A lot of people don't even introduce an affiliate program. That's one cool thing about System.io. You can easily introduce an affiliate program to an existing offer without adding any more like tools, you could say. It's all built within one tool. So you can upsell that to a client, be like, hey, how about we build you that, and for an additional $1,000, maybe it can be like $500, I'll build an affiliate program that you can share with your audience so they can go and promote your offer for you, and they'll be happy with that. You can even add this as a bonus. If they say pricing is an objection, just be like, hey, what if I add an affiliate program so you can recoup your money back faster, by having other people sell the product for you. All right. So the benefits of this extends the client market reach, builds brand authority, and drives qualified traffic through mutually beneficial partnerships, which are your affiliates are promoting for you. And then this is an additional one. So you're building this. I like to use the analogy of a car. Right. So you're building the car for them, which is the funnel, the pages, the automations, etc. But it needs gas for it to go. That gas is traffic. So you can sell them the gas after you build the car, right? So you can't sell them the gas if they don't have a car. So sell the car first, then you sell them the gas so they can go and move forward. So here, obviously, there's tons of things you can offer. You can do SEO, you can do social media advertising, Facebook ads, PPC. If you don't know how to do this, I recommend you outsource it to somebody and just pay somebody like $500 if you get it for $1,000. But there are just other things you can upsell them to. So after you sell the playbook and you understand exactly what they need, then you can bundle some of these services together and increase the potential income that you generate. But again, focus on selling the car, the funnel, and then sell them the gas and the bells and whistles afterwards. So enhancing value by strategically suggesting services that enhance the efficiency of the funnel playbook, you're not only providing a more comprehensive solution, but also significantly increasing the average order value. Here's a package example. A bundle package including the funnel playbook, an email list, building service, affiliate marketing setup, and advanced automation might be priced at $6,000 one-time fee with an additional $500 to $1,000 monthly recurring for CRO and funnel management. Right, so this is just an example. It could be $3,000, which is more than like the $2,000 you would charge if it was just a funnel playbook. It could be $5,000, whatever it is. So it's just an example that you guys can use to just bundle different services and charge more for the same offer. All right, so your first $10,000 is there. Like it's literally show you a way that you guys can go out and sell these funnels, and not only sell them but build them and just really narrow down your niche. It's there. You just got to go grab it. The key to success is you have to mix is a mix of taking actions and being patient. Progress is made by moving forward deliberately day by day. And that's so true. Like every day you got to put in work towards this. If not, you're never going to get there. That's why you see this guy just alone, just going through it. Eventually he's going to hit the mountain and there's going to be a roadblock. But as long as he continues moving forward, he's eventually going to get to the end destination. You have all the tools. I give you this training, which gives you all the resources you need. You have System.io, which is the best builder that you can use. It's cheap. You can get started for free. Like there's really no excuses for you guys to not do this. It's just all about mindset and determination and just the perseverance that you put in. Like I said, I was able to build a 6-figure funnel agency from scratch using a lot of these things that I teach you guys. So I'm literally transferring all my knowledge to you. You got to believe in your potential. If I could start for nothing, like so can you. Consistent effort and belief. So this is, I think, I'm repeating myself here. Taking action. Begin now with your first step and keep pushing forward every single day. It's for you to become the person you always want to be. I think I got a typo in there. That's all it takes. Just action, one step at a time, patience, and actually just putting things into practice. It's going to get you to where you want to be. And it's not easy. If it was easy, like everybody would be doing it. Everybody has tried. That's why I laid out a lot of these foundations for you and give you guys a lot of resources and templates that you guys can use just to make it happen for you guys. So on the next lesson, if you do want to continue your journey and you want to grow together, you want to get some more free resources from me, whether that's templates, courses, education, whatever it is that I'm going to be launching here pretty soon. I'm going to show you on the next module on the next lesson so you can go out, follow my journey, be part of it with me, and just grow to 7 figures and beyond. All right, see you guys on the next one. Welcome to the final lesson of this masterclass. It's been an exciting journey, and now I want to show you some ways you can grow together on this journey. And I put this picture on here on purpose because there's always this one guy here going out alone. That's a risk I took out 3 years ago when I started Funnel Vibe, and it was hard. I had to learn everything by myself. I had to go out and do YouTube research. I had to take courses. I had to put in hours upon hours just trying to figure things out. I felt alone. It would have been great, which I did have help for some other people. However, there's a whole bunch of you here trying to learn how to do this. And even though it's great to follow the crowd for a bit because you're able to be in a community and you're able to just get help as a community, right? Eventually, there's going to come a point where you go out and actually get a client and you start wanting to scale it, start growing. And even though people say it might be wrong just to keep going with the crowd, I think it's good in the beginning because you get help, but eventually it's going to come a point where you go out on yourself and actually start perhaps even teaching people how to do this, which I never thought I was going to be teaching people how to build funnels. But here I am teaching you guys this masterclass. So let's move on to the next slide here. So if you do want to continue learning, I give you guys a bunch of resources, different places you guys can go and learn from. So I have a main education community side of things, which is called Funnel Vibe Learn, where you can go get some video tutorials on funnel building, other ways so you can make money online. It doesn't have to be just funnel building, but you can leverage a lot of your funnel skills to build that income. Free system templates. So if you like the templates I gave you, I'm gonna give you more in there for free. Community of like-minded individuals. Like I said, there's a bunch of people trying to achieve the same result, and even though it's okay to go with the crowd in a minute for a little bit, eventually you want to go off on your own, which I teach you kind of how to do both at the same time. You're with the community while still figuring out yourself and building your own little asset for the future. I'm also going to start doing live calls for that free membership, so you can ask any questions to me there as well. Another big resource here, which I'm going to start putting more time and effort into is my YouTube channel. So I'm going to do a lot more build outs. Like I said, in the building section, I already have a few build out videos there, which I go in depth from A to Z on how to build them out. Online business growth, so a lot of mindset shift as well, since business is not just about technical side of things. It's about the way you think and the way you perceive the business and the world and people around you, etc. So the YouTube channel is going to be more, like I said, tech tutorials, etc. If you want to get more behind the scenes in terms of what I'm doing every single day and get some sneak peek offers in terms of what's coming to Funnel Vibe or things I'm launching, be sure to follow me on Instagram. On Instagram, it's going to be a place where we can interact and you can see exactly what I'm doing now and get a head start in terms of my offers and stuff like that as well. Maybe sometimes I find like a new tactic that I want to share with people right away. I'm just going to post on Instagram so you guys can learn what I'm learning as well in the process. And all these are free except my Instant Funnel Builder course, which is a paid one. I go in more depth in terms of the design side of things, the build out, the CSS side of things. I'm going to be adding a lot more client acquisition stuff in there as well. So not only helping you guys design and build beautiful funnels, but also help you get more clients in the process and building your full agency. Not only building it yourself, but also hiring a team to do it for you. So if you do want to learn more about that, go ahead and check out my Instant Funnel Builder course. All these links are going to be included down below. So go ahead and check them out. Go subscribe to my YouTube channel. Go follow me on Instagram. Go join my email list through Funnel Vibe Learn, which I give you guys so much value in there. I don't know why I'm not charging like a monthly fee for that. And if you do want to get just more in depth in terms of funnel building, so I give you done for your email sequences, CSS, frameworks, AI copywriting, all that type of stuff. So just want to share all that with you. And just some last points before I leave you guys. Believe in your vision. Know that you can do it. Embrace the growth and the learning process. Be persistent. That's the biggest thing. Like, don't quit next week, next month. Keep going every single day, and eventually you can get that one client that turns into 2, into 3, into 4. Eventually you have a 6-figure funnel agency, and you have a light behind you, and you're recording a lesson to a bunch of people who are going to watch this that you never thought you were going to do, and you're just living the dream now. So celebrate every milestone, whether you make a mistake or you succeed. Celebrate everything, and then the power community. So you're not alone in this journey. I give you guys so many resources: my YouTube, my community, Funnel Vibe Learn, my Instagram, my course. Like, I have all those resources for you to not feel alone in the process and just making this work for you guys. So again, thank you guys for allowing me to be part of this journey, and I'm excited to see what you guys build from this. And any feedback that you guys have on this, just post it in the community on system.io. I'll go ahead and answer all your questions there as well. And like I said, I'm excited. I'm excited to see what's going to come out of this. And hopefully I get to see you guys soon within the system.io and Funnel Vibe ecosystem. See you guys next time.